The injuries look like those seen in people exposed to poisons like mustard gas.
That's how doctors are describing what they see in the lungs of vapors.
The chemicals can essentially burn your lungs. Find the truth at BehindTheHaze.com.
At Toyota's national sales event, we don't just help you get the perfect vehicle. We're here to open new doors that lead to your road to greatness. Your journey starts at Toyota's national sales event.
Toyota, let's go places.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
I'm Corey. I'm a dairy nutritionist here in the Treasure Valley. I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to do my part to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. As soon as the vaccines were readily available, I was vaccinated. I would encourage people to do the research, listen to the healthcare providers. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, there was hardly any wait. It was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
It's not a secret that finding a new car this year is a little tricky. Between chip shortages and supply problems, there's more reasons than ever to come to our no-problem dealerships when you need a new car or truck. Our acquisitions team works hard to make sure that we have a great selection of vehicles to choose from, and our easy-to-buy, easy-to-do business with sales team is ready to deliver the same great value price that we've had for nearly 20 years. Teton Toyota, where it's always no problem to buy and service your car.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ravston Stadium. The Idaho Falls Tiger, it's homecoming night here. The Idaho Falls Tigers taking on the Pocatello Thunder here on a beautiful fall day in Idaho Falls. Lauren Jensen, Josh McGauley, and Matt Kelly here with us in the booth. We'll be bringing you the action of this 4A, 5A matchup. The Idaho Falls Tigers on a little bit of a roll as they come in against Pocatello. Pocatello last week dropped their game to Highland in the Black and Blue Bowl to the Highland Rams prior to that. So they're 3-1 coming in the season. And Idaho Falls looking to extend their win streak here tonight at homecoming. Mind you, this is an IdahoSports.com game stream production of East Idaho Game Night presented by Teton Auto Group. Also brought to you in part by your local Toyota dealer, Project Filter, and Valley-Wide Cooperative. Huge thanks to our power boosters for both of these schools tonight as well. For the Pocatello Thunder, Portneuf Health Partners, Teton Auto Group, and for Idaho Falls, the Rockwell Homes, Bingham Memorial Orthopedic Institute, and Conan Heating and Air Conditioning, as well as Teton Auto Group. So huge thanks to those, and we got a great list of local sponsors as well that we'll be thanking throughout the night. Kulak CrossFit, Rockwell Homes, Thompson Holman Weiler, C&B Operations, Conan Heating, and Alliance Title and Escrow. Well, the Pocatello Thunder out onto the 50-yard line as they're going to be in their dark blue helmets and the red pants, white jerseys. The Tigers, they're going to be in their home as they're getting in their home unis as they're getting ready to come out onto the field as well. It's a great night here in Eastern Idaho. East Idaho game night here with us on IdahoSports.com. Remember to stay tuned. Check out the Friday Night Flash on the website. All games from all across the state, scores coming in as they get updated from across the state. And we'll have final scores for all of the games from across the state tonight. Probably, 11 o'clock, midnight by the time we get all of those coming in to you. So as we wait here for the Thunder, Pocatello already out on the field. We'll wait here for Idaho Falls. Take a look at some quick stats from, I can't find them, Idaho Falls stats. Take a quick look at Idaho Falls, some team stats. Maybe, if we can find them. Here we go. Kind of big standouts, really. Just some individual stats. Of course, Skylar Olson, he's 68. For 111 for 977 yards. A 61% clip. He's thrown 10 touchdowns and just 1 interception. Kean Jesperson, their main running back, 56 carries on the season for 558 yards already, almost a 10-yard per carry average, 7 TDs. He's also got 7 catches for 105 yards and 1 receiving touchdown. Sam Gamino, the other who gets a few carries, he's got 31 carries for 219 yards, a 7-yard per carry average. That's pretty good for those top 2 guys there. He's got 3 touchdowns as well, 6 receptions for 44 yards. So some good offensive output from the main 3 or 4 for the Idaho Falls Tigers as they come out onto the field, and they're in their black unis with the orange shoulders and the black helmets. Tigers led by head coach Marty Duffin, a slew of assistant coaches, and the Pocatello Thunder, they're led by head coach and first-year head coach, not first-year head coach, but Dave Spillett, as they've this year switched their mascot over to the Thunder at the start of the year. A cool-looking mascot with the bison coming out of the cloud. So we are going to kick off here in just a couple of minutes. We're about ready to get underway here at Ravston Stadium. It's homecoming. The Idaho Falls Tigers taking on the Pocatello Thunder. We're going to step away for the national anthem. This is East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
It's not a secret that finding a new car this year is a little tricky. Between chip shortages and supply problems, there's more reasons than ever to come to our no-problem dealerships when you need a new car or truck. Our acquisitions team works hard to make sure that we have a great selection of vehicles to choose from, and our easy-to-buy, easy-to-do business with sales team is ready to deliver the same great value price that we've had for nearly 20 years. Teton Toyota, where it's always no problem to buy and service your car.
I'm Dr. Christine Hahn. I'm an infectious disease doctor, and I'm Idaho's medical director for public health. It's my mission to keep our communities healthy and safe. That's why I believe every Idahoan should get their COVID-19 vaccine. The vaccine's been tested. It's proving to be very safe, and it's the most effective tool we have to stop the spread.
Walk into a pharmacy or visit covidvaccine.idaho.gov to find your free COVID-19 vaccine.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Well, welcome back here as we've got the captain's meetings and the coin toss down at midfield. Once again, Lauren Jensen, Josh McGauley, and Matt Kelly here with you for the action tonight. The IdahoFalls Tigers, like I mentioned, trying to extend that win streak. They're 4-0. A rough season last year, but they've started this one off with a bang, and they're trying to extend it to 5-0 here on homecoming night. Pocatello trying to get back on the winning side of the things, and they are looking to upset a 5A opponent here in Idaho Falls. And you know what, Josh? I thought, after seeing Pocatello and Highland, once or so throughout the season and just kind of keeping an eye on schedules and scores, that Pocatello had an opportunity to beat Highland last week.
Yeah, I mean, they put up pretty good numbers for that the Rumble that we put on first for the first week, and I believe they put up 49 points when they were playing. I forgot who they were playing in that Rumble, but they looked incredible. And last week was a little rough start for them, but they're looking to get back. They don't have their starting quarterback, but with their backup quarterback who looked good during warm-ups, they're going to hope for this upset for sure.
Yeah, and that's definitely a loss for them, as their starting quarterback, senior Ryan Payne, he was injured 2 weeks ago playing against Jackson, Wyoming. Little bit of a shoulder injury that he's kind of week-to-week type of scenario. So in his stead, they've got the sophomore, Drayson Contreras, who's going to be, leading the offense up and down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, Contreras looked really good, looked confident during warm-ups, and that's a big sign. Let's hope he continues that during this game. I mean, that's going to keep him, if he gets that first throw, get the nerves, get the bugs out, he's going to look good, I think.
So the Tigers, again, trying to extend that extend their record to 5-0, and Pocatello trying to get back in the win column to go to 4-1. And when I found out that Payne hadn't played last week, that to me made a little more sense, just the spread in that game, because I really feel like he makes a big difference. That's a tough game for Contreras. He played a little bit last in the Jackson game, but to come in and basically your first real start is against Highland, that's a tough spot to be put in. He played admirably last week. We'll see what he can do this week, see if he can get his team a W here on Idaho Falls' home turf. So Pocatello will be kicking away here to Idaho Falls to start this thing off. A nice deep kick on the opening kickoff. It'll be into the end zone for a touchback, and that's where the Tigers will take over out on the 20-yard line. They'll be led by their quarterback, Skylar Olson, the 6'5", 215-pound senior. He's had a good season. In the backfield with him, it's going to be Jesperson as well as Gamino.
Yeah, Lauren, I'm really excited to watch Jesperson. I remember we were on the call 2 weeks ago from watching Jesperson, and I believe he had about 150 yards at halftime. So
right now it's going to be just Olson in the backfield. Now he'll hand off to Lyda. Lyda on a little bit of a sweep, and he'll pick up about 4 yards.
Yeah, it looks like the tackle is Spencer Robertson. Great tackle.
The Tigers' second 5.
Now take a look. Not seeing, and Jesperson, he may be one of he may have a little, we saw him get injured a little bit. I'll kind of keep an eye on the sideline to see where he's coming in. And that ball thrown out to the outside, incomplete, intended for Thompson. Jesperson, I actually see him, he is over on the sideline, kind of out there behind the head coach. We'll see if he gets some action in this ball game. 2 weeks ago, he was banged up a little bit in the game that we watched. Not sure if he played last week, but we'll see if he gets out onto the field. But it's going to be Gamino in the backfield. Sam Gamino Salinas alongside Olson. Handoff goes to Gamino. Gamino tries to cut back inside and gets stopped for a very short gain. It's going to be 4th down and about 3. Yeah, it looks like Olson's going to step back to kick this thing away. So the Pocatello defense gets an opening stop.
Incredible. I mean, I don't know if there is something wrong with Jesperson, but for Pocatello to get a stop this early in the game already, this is definitely a Good win early in the game for them.
It looks like it's moved 3 and out as Olson kicks it end over end. It's going to take a nice bounce and picked up by the return man. That's number 3 for the Thunder, Crew Hales, and he's driven out of bounds out near the 47-yard line. 1st and 10, good field position here from the opening offensive possession for the Thunder.
All right, here we go. This is the first big test for Pocatello. First big drive for Contreras.
I want to thank Kulak CrossFit in Pocatello. They're Southeast Idaho's largest and most diverse strength and conditioning training facility. CrossFit is safe and effective, functional fitness training that'll help you reach your goals, whether it be weight loss, strength gains, or increasing speed and agility. In the gun, handoff goes to number 8. That's Echo Hawk. And Echo Hawk will pick up a couple, it looks like, just shy of the 50-yard line. 2nd and 8 upcoming. Riken Echo Hawk, just a sophomore, and he has carried the load for Pocatello throughout the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I believe he's averaging about 7 yards a carry and about averaging 100 yards a game for them as well.
So Contreras will be back in the gun again. He'll have Echo Hawk behind him. 2 wideouts to our side and 1 to the far side. Handoff goes right up the middle to Echo Hawk, and he had a big yard-saving tackle.
Yeah, it looked like he was brought down by number 10, Hunter Hare. What a tackle, because he had a hole, and he was looking for more than, about 8 yards or so.
Yeah, Herrera saved. I mean, there was a lot of room to run for Echo Hawk. He would have picked up a first down easily. As it is, it's going to be 3rd and about 6 upcoming for Pocatello. 9:44 left here in the first quarter, just underway here on East Idaho game night. From Ravston Stadium on homecoming night. Josh, you mentioned this on the way in, and the student section was here early. We got here an hour early before the game, and they were already all there.
Yeah, it's incredible. I love the fans. I love high school football.
Contreras rolling to his right. Throws, it's caught, but going to be short of the first down, and as they only picked up maybe a couple of yards on the play, it's going to be 4th and about a long 3, we'll say. Maybe 4th and 4. We'll see what they opt to do. They are across midfield, but it looks like they're going to decide to punt this thing away. So both defenses get an opening stop. And back to do the punting will be number 9, I believe, Matthew Christensen. Christensen gets away a nice clean punt. And they're going to let it bounce.
What a punt.
Good punt inside the 10 down to the 7. So a little bit of field position going back and forth here between these two as IdahoFalls will come back out onto the field for their second possession. Again, Kulak CrossFit. Besides group fitness classes, they offer personal one-on-one training as well as customized sports-specific strength and agility training for young athletes. They even use an app to track your progress. Sign in for classes and view the daily workout. With minimal contract requirements and extremely affordable pricing, Kulak CrossFit is sure to be a great fit for you. Find out more at kulakcrossfit.com. Owners Troy and Jamie Bell are huge supporters of the Pocatello Thunder and all the student athletes in Pocatello.
Yeah, Lauren, it looked like it was number 2, Hunter Miller, with the great catch and run. I believe that was about 11-yard gain for them.
So on the first play of the second possession, they pick up a first down on a connection between Olson and Miller. Olson this time hands off to Gamino. Gamino hit at the line of scrimmage and doesn't look like he got anything. It'll be 2nd and 10. In fact, he might have lost just a little bit on the play.
Yes, that was a great tackle by number, I believe, 50 or 51. I'm trying to read the numbers here, but 50 is Spencer Robertson. He took the hit and came down with him.
8:38 left here in the first quarter. Man in motion is number 2. They hand it off to Gamino. A little bit of deception on the play. Gamino's going to pick up a first down out to the 31-yard line. So they run a man across the formation and then hand it off to Gamino going the other way. And Gamino Salinas picks up the first down.
Yeah, that was a great play design right there. Got the defense going in the opposite direction, hand it off on the near side here.
So 1st and 10 from the 31. Back to pass. They hit Miller. Miller drug down. Excuse me, that's number 11, Peyton Thompson.
Number 11, Peyton Thompson.
And Thompson only picks up about 4 or 5 on the play. We'll say 4. It's going to be 2nd and 6 upcoming. And as the sun sets behind us, we get a little bit of glare up off the top of the stands over there. The Idaho Falls Tigers, of course, across the way from us. Pocatello down in front of us. Is that ball over the head of Bo Anderson, the intended receiver?
Yeah, just a little bit outside of some baseball.
High and outside.
High and outside. Yeah, the gentleman over there in the press box, he's getting all the sun right now.
It's a brutal glare over there. John Balgini over there on the radio across from us, as well as the Idaho Falls camera crew. Handoff to Gamino up the middle, and he's going to power forward for another couple of yards. But it's going to be 4th down. They're going to be short. We'll see what they opt to do here. They're short of the 40-yard line on their side of the field, and I think they're going to punt away again.
Yeah, it looks like another punt. What a great stop. Great tackle again. That middle of that defense is doing incredible so far, really.
So Olsen will back up a few yards to receive the snap, and back to receive the punt for Pocatello is Hales. Good punt, going to drive Hales back into our side. He'll pick it up on the bounce. Some room to run down the sideline, and now tackled out of bounds back around the 43-yard line.
Yeah, I believe this is where they started just now. So they're going to get the ball again and see what they can do differently.
And we are going to have a flag over here on the near sideline as big number 69 and 55. 69 for Idaho Falls, that's Landon Knighting, and 55 for Pocatello. That's Jackson Williams kind of got tied up, and Knighting ended up about 10 yards deep into the sideline over here in Pocatello's huddle over here on their sideline. And I think this is going to go against Knighting. I think he was the man driving him out of bounds.
She's trying to set a little bit of tone early in the game, I believe.
Yep, and it's going to cost him 15 yards. So now Pocatello will start within Idaho Falls territory. The ball sitting at the 43-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Thunder.
Lauren, can I just say, number 78, Ryan Kritzer, he is a big gentleman. So I'm looking for them to run on that right side of that line. You can see him. He's just
yeah, that right tackle.
Yeah, that right tackle's a big guy.
He's just a junior over there. Back pass and down the sideline. Pretty good coverage, but hit the hands of the intended receiver. That was number 81, Julian Bowie, another sophomore.
Yeah, it looked like the Bo Anderson in that coverage. He was great with them. Head was turned, looking at the ball, and no chance for a penalty there.
Yeah, but Bowie nearly made a great play with a lot of coverage right in his face, and off the hands just couldn't secure it. So it'll be 2nd and 10 upcoming. Contreras, nice looking throw down the sideline for the sophomore. As there's some rush coming off the corner, but a handoff up the middle to Echo Hawk. Echo Hawk picks up a 1st down. And if you're going to beat the rush, you run right back up the middle as they tried to bring pressure on the outside. And Echo Hawk had a lot of room to run down to the 32-yard line. 1st down for the Thunder.
Yeah, Lauren, I remember, if I remember correctly, the very first game we saw him, Echo Hawk looked incredible. If I remember correctly, he looked really good at running back and continued there.
Yeah, he didn't play much in the second half of that game that we watched early because they were up by so much. But we can see, I mean, he ran well last year. He's running it again well this year. This time bounces it to the outside, slips a tackle, and spins away for another extra yard. Just shy of the 25-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 4 upcoming as Echo Hawk picks up 6 more yards.
Picks up a gain of 5.
So 2nd and 4 from the 26-yard line.
26-yard line.
5:38 here in the opening quarter. Thanks for joining us here from Ravston Stadium. It's East Idaho game night. The Pocatello Thunder trying to get another win in the W column. Echo Hawk bounces it to the outside, still on his feet, and picks up a first down and more. There were about 3 Tigers that had a shot at him, and he got away from all but the last.
Absolutely. Echo Hawk is looking quick out there. I mean, I know he's might be a little shorter than most gentlemen out there, but he is playing with a lot of heart right now. That is for sure. That looked incredible.
So a timeout on the field taken. And now we're good to go. They wind the clock again. So it was an official's timeout just for a moment. Contreras, he's coming over to the sideline every time, talk to the coach, get to play, and then hustles back out. He's back in the pistol. He's got Echo Hawk behind him. 2 wideouts to the far side. Little counterplay there, and Echo Hawk's going to pick up a yard or 2. Good tackle there from number 50.
Yeah, and I can see that play being used again, mainly as a play action, because they looked like they the defense was rolling with them. So definitely look forward to that one.
That was tackled by Brendan Rasmussen, 6'4", 265-pound defensive lineman. He's a big kid, and he took Echo Hawk down with ease on that play after a 1-yard gain. So 2nd and 9. 3:49 left here in the first quarter. Man in motion across the formation. Contreras is going to step up and throw. He had room to run, but he gets a receiver for a completion at the 10. It's number 13, Devin Rodriguez, another sophomore, the tight end. So a lot of sophomores getting action here. Contreras, Rodriguez, Echo Hawk. And they've already targeted Julian Bowie, another sophomore.
Yeah, Contreras, that was a tight window that he was on the run, throwing it right in the middle. And if he was just a little bit outside, there was a linebacker right there.
3:04 left here in the first quarter. Contreras on a straight take up the middle, and he's going to get down to the 5. First and goal for the Indians from the 5.
Please, first and goal for the
Thunder.
Thunder, yeah.
Old habits. Old habits are hard to break.
Yeah, their name just changed this past year, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yep, they changed their mascot. There have been a few of the schools across the state of Idaho that have done that. Here locally, the Teton High School, they're the Teton Timberwolves now. Boise, they're the Boise Brave, and Brave, they didn't have to do too much. They just dropped the S off their mascot.
It's not a bad change. He's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Not a hard discussion.
Handoff, no. Contreras keeps it. Good play action. Touchdown, Pocatello. The receiver there, number 5. What a great catch as he got hit in the end zone.
Yeah, it looked like number 5, Zach Park. What a great catch because he hit right when that ball got there.
So Pocatello puts the first points on the board. And they go up 6-0 here with the PAT pending. On to kick. That's number 12 to do the kicking. That's Robert Cade Jensen. We'll just call him Cade. They got that in parentheses. And the PAT looks good, and he knocks it through. So Pocatello up 7-0 after Contreras hits Park for about a 5-yard touchdown pass here with 2:07 left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, like I said, beginning of the game, Contreras looked confident while during warm-ups. He was hitting all his throws, just warming up, and he was deep throws, short throws. It looked accurate, and that was right there, proof of the accuracy.
I want to thank a couple of our sponsors. Rockwell Homes in Idaho Falls is Southeast Idaho's #1 home builder. By using local subcontractors and upholding the highest quality standards, Rockwell Homes strives to exceed your expectations to create a unique and innovative home tailored to your needs and lifestyle. Are you ready to start building your dream home? Let Rockwell Homes design the perfect place for you and your family to call home. To see available homes, floor plans, and other great information, go online to rockwellhomes.net. The Johnson family and everyone at Rockwell Homes are proud of the local student athletes and want to wish them the best of luck in tonight's game. So here is the kick. It's going to be short, going to be taking about the 7. On the return, number 1, Bo Anderson. Bo Anderson comes to the near side. Got a blocker out in front, and he's finally pushed out of bounds out to about the 38-yard line. Good return for Bo Anderson. Out there leading the way, Hunter Herrera, the lead blocker, number 10 for the Tigers.
Yeah, Bo Anderson made a nice cut outside and got a little extra, probably 10 yards instead of, if you'd gone down the middle.
So good return sets Idaho Falls up really with their best field position. They haven't gone much beyond this in this ballgame. They've got just beyond the 40 thus far with their offensive possessions. Olson in the gun, back to pass. Hits his receiver complete for about 8 yards. Good catch there to number 88, Jagger Hendrickson.
What a powerful name.
He's got moves.
Yeah, he does have great moves.
So 2nd and 1 upcoming, a long one here for the Tigers as Gamino to the right side of Olson. 1:55 with the clock stopped here. Gamino gets the handoff, takes it, trying to get to the outside, slips a tackle. He's going to pick up the first down, I think. Ooh, actually, maybe just short with the forward progress. It's going to be 3rd and half a yard. Sam Gamino Salinas, a junior, 5'8", 185-pound running back. He looks bigger than 185 to me.
Yeah.
Quarterback keeper up the middle, no problem, as Olson gets all the way out across midfield to about the 46-yard line of Pocatello.
Yeah, Lauren Olson was almost free there. He looked pretty close to getting free right there.
Yeah, it was a really quick snap with a sneak up the middle, and you're right, he just about broke free into the secondary.
You don't see that too often.
Olson back to pass. Trying to go down the field. He's got a receiver off the fingertips of Peyton Sampson. That would have been a spectacular catch.
Yeah, he would have had to catch that with his left hand and bring it in. Just a little bit too long for him, but what a great throw, though.
Yeah, Sampson got behind the secondary right at the last moment, and just that ball, if it had been a foot shorter, he'd have caught that in stride.
Yep.
So it'll be 2nd and 10. Olson back in the gun again with Gamino on his left. Rush coming up the middle. Screen pass set up nicely to number 4 with lots of room to run. He gets stood up at the 30, but barrels forward to the 27-yard line. First down for the Tigers.
Yeah, that was number 4, Ben Moore. What a great run. What a great call, too, because they haven't called that yet. And they've been running play action and all sorts of things to get the Pocatello's defense on their heels. What a great time for that call.
Yeah, they had the rush coming. It was a full-on blitz right up the middle. They've set it up perfectly with the screen. Back to pass. Down the field, little pump. It's short, and it's going to drop incomplete. Good coverage there by number 3 for the Thunder.
Yeah, I think that was targeted for Peyton Sampson again. It looked like he had to play a little bit of defense on that one.
Yeah, Crew Hales cut underneath there and knocked that one down. They didn't bite on the pump fake initially from Olson, and so it'll be 2nd and 10. 40 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Olson, handoff to, that's not Gamino, that is 4, that's Moore, Ben Moore on the carry. He'll get out just shy of the 30, or excuse me, of the 20, out to the 22, we'll say. It'll be 3rd and 5 upcoming. Ben Moore, another one of those running backs that has filled in along with Gamino. About 20 seconds left on the clock and rolling. We'll see if they try to get off another play before the end of the quarter. Not sure they're going to. Well, they might. Down to 8.
I think they're going to try it.
Yeah, they do get it off. The handoff goes to Moore. He cuts back up the middle for a first down. One man to beat. Undercut to the 5. First and goal for the Idaho Falls Tigers, as that is the end of the first quarter. So a little fireworks from the Tigers to end the quarter. We'll switch ends of the field and pick up where they left off up here to our north. I want to thank a couple more sponsors. Thompson Holman Weiler has served East Idaho for over 25 years. The law firm offers extensive experience in a wide range of legal services and represents a broad range of clients from local individuals to international corporations. They realize how important a client's case is to them individually, so they strive to give each case the attention it would receive if the client was handling it themselves, no matter the size. If you need an attorney, call Michael White at Thompson Holman Weiler today at 208-522-1230 or visit their website at thwlaw.com. Thompson Holman Weiler is proud to support Idaho Falls football and wishes the Tigers good luck in tonight's game. And for all of your commercial John Deere new and used agricultural equipment, choose C&B Operations, Eastern Idaho's premier John Deere dealership. Visit C&B Operations at 1102 West Bridge Street in Blackfoot for all your equipment needs, or visit them online at deerequipment.com. That's DEEREQUIPMENT.com. C&B Operations in Blackfoot is a proud supporter of Idaho Falls athletics. Once again, a huge thanks to all of our sponsors as we switch ends of the field and get ready here for start of the second quarter. It's first and goal for the Tigers. Man in motion. The handoff goes to Gamino, gets caught in the backfield and drugged down for about a yard loss.
Yeah, that was a great tackle by 70 on Pocatello. I believe that was Thomas Smith. Got in there pretty quick and got Ben Moore, I believe that was, behind the line of scrimmage.
So they'll lose a yard to make it second and goal from the 6. Similar formation with Moore to the left of Olson. Back to pass goes Olson. Rush coming behind, and he's going to be short on the throw. Intended over there for number 88. That's Hendrickson again, I believe.
Yeah, Mr. Jagger. Mr. Jagger Henderson.
So now it's third and goal.
Brings us to a Tigers third and goal.
Tigers in a good spot here. First and goal from the 5. Now it's third and goal from the 6. Just underway here in the second quarter. Olson rolls to his right. He's got a receiver. It's caught. He's going to be just shy of the goal line. It's going to be fourth and goal from about a half a foot. I think there's a flag over there on the far side. No, he was just marking where the ball was down. Fourth and goal from the 1. Do they do the quick snap?
Absolutely, yeah. It looks like exactly what they did before was a QB sneak here.
QB sneak, Olson up the middle, touchdown Tigers. And now they say a timeout was called. Before the snap, a timeout taken by Idaho Falls.
What? I'm confused on that one.
No, excuse me, it was Pocatello. Okay, that makes more sense.
Yes, that makes a little bit more sense than what we thought.
So a timeout taken by Pocatello to stop that quick snap and get their defense maybe set a little bit. We'll see if Idaho Falls tries to do the exact same thing with that QB sneak up the middle. I don't know. I mean, they knew it was coming, and they still – I mean, you had to know that was coming, and you still couldn't stop it.
Yeah, what's stopping Idaho Falls from doing the same exact thing right now? You know, I think they have about 4 inches to go.
So after the timeout, a quick timeout, they'll come right back to the line of scrimmage. We'll see what Idaho Falls opts to do here. No wideouts. They're really packed in close with the formation. Olson's going to go under center. And you got to expect we're doing the exact same thing here. Power on power. And now they got Pocatello to jump. Doesn't really matter per se here. It's going to be half the distance to the goal. So
about 2 inches. So now they're about 2 inches away from the goal line.
It'll still be fourth down from, like you said, the 3-inch line, 2 or 3 inch line. They'll line up exactly the same. Olson under center. They takes the snap, the push, touchdown, Idaho Falls.
Yeah, and I don't think we expect anything else besides that QB sneak since they had so much success with that before.
It was delayed a little bit with the timeout and the penalty on Pocatello, but the same result. The Tigers drive down and score with 11:13 left here in the second quarter as they'll try to even this thing up. The kicker in there for the Tigers, number 19, Carter Manwaring. Manwaring's got a good leg as they let go some dolphin killers. I mean balloons.
Is that a tradition on homecoming?
I
First
don't know.
touchdown?
I like it, though.
It's pretty cool. I mean,
a lot of orange and white balloons out there. Offsides against Pocatello, so when he lined up in the neutral zone, so that'll scoot him forward, but I think Idaho Falls will still go after the PAT. It'll just be a little shorter. So the orange and white balloons let go here at homecoming night. From the Tiger student section, they had to wait till 11:13, and now another whistle.
Yeah, and I believe the ball is lined up exactly where the ball was when they tried to do the QB sneak. So
should be about a yard and a half. Maybe they try it again for the 2-point conversion. Well, Conan Heating and Air Conditioning is your Lennox premier dealer, in Idaho Falls. Conan Heating and Air Conditioning has been providing superior HVAC services in the Idaho Falls area since 1946. That is 75 years for those of you who don't math very well.
75, huh?
75 years in business. With highly qualified and experienced technicians, no job is too big or too small for all your furnace repair needs in Idaho Falls. Handoff goes to Gamino. 2-point conversion is good, and Idaho Falls takes the lead on the 2-point conversion, 8-7. For all your furnace repairs needs in Idaho Falls, trust the job to Conan Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit them online for more information at conanheating.com. So the Tigers take advantage of the penalty, that encroachment penalty. From a yard and a half out, Gamino runs it in for the 2-point conversion, and they retake the lead 8-7 here over Pocatello with 11:13 left in the second quarter. Remember to join Idaho Sports Nation on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. Get updates, breaking news, pictures, and more. Click the icons in the top left to follow us. And it's a little late for this week, but next week, log in, get on the Gridiron Game Picks. You can go in and pick every game from across the state. You're just picking winners. The winner overall of each week gets $25. And if you win the entire season, you get $100. So some cold hard cash out there that could be in your pocket. It's Gridiron Game Picks on IdahoSports.com. That kickoff drives the return man back into the end zone for a touchback.
Yeah, it looks like the return man was number 5, I believe. Zach Park, who caught the touchdown earlier.
That was Zach Park, you're right. So that'll come out to the 20, where Pocatello will go on the offensive here, just underway in the second quarter.
Looking across the way, and it looks like a lot of people just came from hunting. Some bright orange colors over there. I think we're going to get blind tonight, Lauren. Just looking at those shirts over there.
A lot of bright orange, you're right. Echo Hawk caught from behind, but he's going to pick up some good yardage as he turned upfield. He's going to pick up about 4 on the carry.
Number 8, Riken Echo Hawk.
Riken Echo Hawk with another good carry for the Thunder. Good amount of fans here that have made the about the hour trip up from Pocatello. And on the far side, a good chunk of fans for the Idaho Falls Tigers. Nice to see that. Last year it was pretty sparse over there as they had a pretty tough season. But this year, a 4-0 start. There's a lot of excitement behind this program for Idaho Falls. Back to pass. Contreras complete. Caught, that is number 81 on the catch.
That's Julian Bowie. Yeah, what a great route for him right there. He saw the off coverage when that defensive back and Contreras hit him. Right in
So for a first down, it looks like just across the 30. So 1st and 10 for the Thunder. as Contreras takes the long jog
I was
back
just
across the
thinking
field.
He needs to get a meter on his wrist or something.
He's going to put in some miles.
He's going to put some nice long miles tonight.
Yeah. Back and forth to the sideline he goes for the play calls. Contreras back in the gun. He's got Echo Hawk. The handoff goes to Echo Hawk. Shifty up the middle, and he's going to get out near the 40, about 2, maybe 3 yards shy of the first down. It'll be 2nd and 3 upcoming.
Man, Echo Hawk, he's quick. He's making all those cuts pretty quick, and he's looking really strong here tonight.
Riken Echo Hawk, he's only probably about 5'6",
yeah,
about 160 pounds maybe.
When it comes to that, it's all about heart. Looks like Contreras in the gun here. Gives it off to Echo Hawk. But a gain of maybe a yard? Maybe. And here comes Contreras getting another play.
Pocatello got short of the first down by number 4.
So not much, maybe a yard like you said. So it's going to be 3rd and 2, a long 2 upcoming. 9:16 left to go in the second quarter. Pocatello trying to answer that 8-point scoring drive by the Tigers. Pocatello had a nice second drive themselves to take the lead 7-0, and then Idaho Falls got to 1st and goal just before the end of the first quarter, and then about 4 plays later, drove it in for a touchdown. And now we're going to have delay of game, it looks like. That's a costly mistake because you go from 3rd and 2 now back to 3rd and 7 after the delay of game play, or call, excuse me. A little bit of that is just the fact that they're having Contreras come back and forth nonstop, You'll see some teams, of course, run in a substitute pretty much every time with the play call for the quarterback.
Yeah, and Contreras, that's hard, Get that one out of the way, and now he's going to keep it in the back of his mind. It might have not been on his mind right at that moment, but get that one out of the way and go forward from there.
So 3rd and 7, a big 3rd down spot here for the Thunder. 8:47 left in the second quarter. Back to pass and rolling to his right. Got a receiver at the sticks. First down, it's caught and then driven out of bounds. The big hit put on by number 10, Hunter Herrera, but the catch for a first down by Park. Zach Park, the senior. He's got the touchdown catch.
Yes, he does, and Herrera made sure he got out of bounds, helped him on his way.
I think Park was already about a step or 2 out of bounds, and then he made sure he wasn't coming back.
No.
So first down at the 45. That was a nice rollout. Good pass right to the first down marker from Contreras to Park, and he'll extend the drive. 1st and 10 from the 45. Back in the gun, Contreras. Handoff to Echo Hawk. Echo Hawk just drives forward for about 4 yards to the 49.
Yeah, it looked like he got tackled there by Colton Lida. And I remember the game that we did a few weeks ago. Colton Lida had a big game. I think he had an interception. He was a punter. He was a little bit of everything for them. And so I expect to make some more big plays for him tonight.
And defensively for the Tigers, you've got to pretty much account for Echo Hawk on every play. You just can't lose sight of him. He's so shifty. You take your eye off him for a minute, and he's going to be down the field. Contreras rolls to his left, throws back across. It's complete for a first down to the 40-yard line of the Tigers. That was number 19 on the reception for Pocatello, Hunter Killian, the tight end.
Yeah, it was the big tight end, making us big boys looking good. Well, he's the skinnier of the big boys, but makes us all look good over there.
Killian, also an all-state linebacker for Pocatello last year. The man plays it on both sides of the field. We haven't called his name yet tonight, but they're a big first down to continue the drive for Pocatello. 1st and 10 from the 40 of Idaho Falls. Contreras back in the gun. Rush coming up the middle. They pick it up just enough. And almost the separation he needed. It was intended for number 9, Matthew Christensen. He got a little separation right at the end, but just a little overthrown.
Yeah, and Contreras, I mean, throwing it deep with a little bit of rush in your face, that wasn't a terrible throw, but he'll dial it in a little bit later and probably hit that throw.
Yeah, he just overshot him by about a yard. And like you said, he had a rusher coming right in his face as he let go of that football. Just not enough blockers to account for everybody on that play.
Yeah, and I will not be surprised if they do that again. They do single coverage on Christensen every single play.
So 2nd and 10, 7:25 left here in the half. Handoff to Echo Hawk as he tries to get to the outside. And he's going to be pulled down for a loss. Good job by the Idaho Falls defense that time to string him out.
Yeah, number 21, Ethan Meyer, was able to get home behind the line of scrimmage right there. What a great tackle for him.
Yeah, that was a great job by Meyer to get to the outside and force Echo Hawk back to the middle where he had help. And then Meyer made his move and got the tackle for about a 4-yard loss. It's going to be 3rd and 14 now. Ball sitting on the 44-yard line. So another big 3rd down spot here. And now Pocatello is going to take a timeout as they were having a little trouble, I think, with the play call. Mr. Marler, our white hat, down on the field for tonight's ball game. 6:43 left here in the first half. Remind you, there's a lot of games going on across the state of Idaho, and there's several of them on IdahoSports.com, some audio feeds as well as other video feeds from across the state. And if you want to stay up to date with all the scores that are coming in throughout the evening, check out the Friday Night Flash, as that's updated regularly. I mean, we're approaching basically midway through the high school football season right now as teams start to really get into the meat of their schedules. Of course, this a non-divisional matchup here, a 5A, 4A matchup, but these two schools know each other well. Idaho Falls did play down in the 4A ranks for a little bit, and now they're back up into the 5As. Pocatello's been in those 4A ranks for a lot of years. Last week, of course, Pocatello played another 5A foe, crosstown rival in Highland, and got beat pretty good. Right now, they're hanging around here with Idaho Falls. Down the field goes the pass and knocked away nicely over there. It was intended for Bowie, knocked away by, I think that was number 2.
Number 2? Maybe number 9.
Oh, it was
Dason
Hunter.
Yeah, what a great play.
He has been a fantastic safety back there, really, for the Tigers, and that forces the 4th down. Dason Hunter has been a big part of this Idaho Falls football team. He's a senior. He's a safety, 5'11", 165 pounds. Makes a big play there to force 4th down. So the Tigers get a good stop, and they force the bounce. And that hit the foot of Idaho Falls, I felt like. Maybe not. It was a long ways from us, but it looked like, I don't know why he was over there.
Yeah, it definitely looked like they hit the foot, but hey, they got their ball. They got the ball back. No turnover there for Idaho Falls.
Yeah, it was clear across the field from us, and the official was right there. So, but it was awfully close, a lot closer than it should have been.
Yeah, the returner should not have been near that ball.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers, and I'm sure there's some coaching going on over there with the return man too. Like, hey, that ball's clearly going to sideways. Just stay away from it. Don't even give it an opportunity to hit you. Olsen back to pass, throws it out in the flat. It's through the hands of the intended receiver, Miller.
This has got me thinking, is Jesperson injured, or we haven't seen him at all tonight?
He is dressed down. I did see him on the sideline, but you're right. He has not been in the game. I can see him actually across the way. He's got his helmet on. He's across the field, number 3 there. But he hasn't seen the field yet. And more than likely we won't see him if he hasn't been in the game yet. Handoff on a little bit of a sweep. Cut back up the middle. Nice cut up the middle by the number 17. That's Colton Lyda.
Just another playmaker on that offensive side for them. They can hand it off to Selena and Gomina in that position, as well as Lyda and a few other positions.
Gain of 9 yards on the play. That's the Tigers.
So third down and 2 or 3 upcoming. 5:48 left here. It's just the quarterback sneak, which wasn't as sneaky this time, but he still picks up yardage all the way out near the 35-yard line. It's going to be a first down.
Down.
So it's a first down for the Tigers. Blocker just got enough of his man to keep him off of Hendrickson, and Hendrickson picks up a first down.
Yeah, he's got to be careful with that throw. It's either going to be intercepted or the receiver's going to get a big hit.
Yeah, it was scary watching it. He was about ready to get lit up and just snuck by him, and a big first down. Out to the 44-yard line. Handoff goes to Ben Moore. Ben Moore cuts up the field and going to be taken down at about the 48-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 6 upcoming.
Yeah, I got to point something out about Ben Moore. You don't see this too often, but he has no long socks on right now. Some random facts for you. I don't see that too often for a running back.
You're right. He's gone with the ankle socks.
It's like a batter with no batting gloves. I love it.
It's tough out there. Back to pass. Olsen looking down the field. Now he gets a receiver across the middle, but it was well over the head of Hunter Miller, the intended receiver. I'm not sure. Olsen kind of looking like he thought he was going to go downfield further, and he kind of held up in the middle of the field.
A little bit of confusion there.
So 3rd and 6 upcoming. 4:31 left here in the first half.
Third down, 7 to go.
Tigers just shy of midfield. They've got to get just about to the 45 for a first down. Olsen, now he's getting rushed out. On the run, he might be able to run for it, and he does. We'll see where they mark him out of down. Yeah, he's out of bounds right at the 45-yard line. Good play by Skylar Olsen to get just enough for the first down to extend the drive.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to go deep over on the left-hand side, but it wasn't open. Great coverage from Pocatello, but after a while, coverage breaks down, and Olsen was able to get out, roll to the right, and get the first down.
So 1st and 10 from the 44. Back to pass. Olsen, short route, and the receiver slipped as he tried to make his cut and wasn't able to recover. I think that's Hendrickson again.
Yeah, Mr. Jagger was dancing on the floor, and it slipped for sure.
A little bit of break dancing there from Jagger.
Maybe.
Couldn't recover, and we might not recover from that, as it's now 2nd and 10. The Tigers with 4:14 left here in the first half. Delay handoff to Gamino. I don't know that it was supposed to be delayed, but Gamino took a long time to get to it. It'll be 3rd and basically 10, no gain virtually on the play.
I think they gave him an inch.
So Gamino racking up the yards there on that play. 3rd and very long. 3rd and, like you said, he barely got anything. They try to get him on the hard count, but Pocatello doesn't jump. Now Idaho Falls will take a look over at their sideline. Back to pass is Olsen looking down the field. And there comes the flag for the back judge. That was definitely PI. He was hanging on for dear life. And I know that number 3, he's going to be upset about that as Crew Hales, but I thought there was no question that was pass interference.
Yeah, I mean, if he had turned his head maybe a little bit, but he was all over him even if he did that. I mean,
he was hanging on to him, and and that's the call. Some people are going to argue that the side judge, but that is the back judge's call. So unless there's nothing that comes in from the back judge, then you may see it come in from the side judge.
Yeah, we hear the fans not liking that call, but I think it was a great call.
Here's my thing, and I officiate, full disclosure. Matt does too. Matt officiates football. I don't officiate football, but I've done a little bit, but mostly basketball. It's those things that, if that happens on the other side and you're a Pocatello fan and that call goes for you, you're happy with it, and that's obvious. But in this scenario, you don't like it because it went against you, of course. Gamino sets up the screen. He's got lots of room to run, breaking tackles and knocked out of bounds. Down just inside the 10. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Tigers. Another great screen set up by the Tigers.
Yeah, that was a great screen call. I think they've only run two now, and they've run it perfectly timed. What a great call right there for the head coach.
Yeah, Marty Duffin over there, he's drawing up those screen calls at the exact perfect time. And you're right, that's only the second time they've used it, and both times it's been big positive yardage. 1st and goal, 3:22 in the half. Caught in the backfield, and down he goes.
Yeah, I think that was Ben Moore that got caught.
A loss of about 2 yards for Ben Moore on the carry. That offensive line got blown up, and he had nowhere to go once he got the football.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he got the football then hit at the same time. So good for him to be able to hold on to that.
2nd and goal from the 11 now, under 3 minutes in the half. The Tigers threatening again. Back to pass, in trouble, screen set up again, and is thrown at the feet. It never got where it was even close, and I don't think Olsen didn't have any time to throw that one.
And I don't know if was
it Gamino?
I think it was Moore. I'm looking at the socks. Yeah, Moore.
Lack of socks.
Lack of socks, excuse me, yeah. I don't think Moore was ready for that ball.
Yeah, I think he was trying to get a little bit deeper, and Olsen had to get rid of it quickly. And so now it's 3rd and goal from the 11 after the incompletion. They're going to go to the corner of the end zone, and it's going to be overthrown out of bounds, incomplete.
Man, yeah, the Jagger over there has a very big height differential on that cornerback over there, so I'm pretty sure they're going to keep going that way, but
it was overthrown.
It was overthrown, exactly.
I mean, even with, you didn't give Jagger a chance to go up and get it in bounds. It was overthrown. You maybe loft that up there a little bit more and leave yourselves about 5 yards to work there in the corner of the end zone. So on to kick the field goals, number 19. That's Carter Manwaring, the senior. He's been pretty good all season long. Hold down, kick up. That thing, it's got the distance if it got through, and it did. So Manwaring knocks it through. Well, Idaho Falls now up 11-7 over the Pocatello Thunder here with just under 3 minutes, 2:37 left in the first half. Deeply rooted in the Pacific Northwest and dating back to the late 1800s, Alliance Title and Escrow wants to remind you it matters where you close. Alliance is a proud supporter of Pocatello Athletics and wants to wish them good luck in today's game. Go Thunder! Again, we want to thank our power boosters, Portneuf Health Partners, Teton Auto Group, Rockwell Homes, Bingham Memorial Orthopedic Institute, Conan Heating and Air Conditioning, and the Teton Auto Group as well for Idaho Falls. Sweet Caroline gracing our ears.
What a beautiful song. Beautiful country down there, beautiful state. And the Carolinas.
As the Tigers get ready to kick away here, 2:37 on the clock. A little bit of time here for the Thunder to work. And they'll take it for a touchback and come out to the 20-yard line to start here. Again, 2 minutes, 37 seconds left for Pocatello to work. You know, they're not really a quick strike offense per se, but with the dynamic running from Echo Hawk, I mean, he's liable to break it free pretty much at any time. And so I'd look to see for him to go to that. We'll see if they let Contreras air it out a little bit here with 2:37 left in the half.
Yeah, if I were them, I would not let up on the gas with the run game, even if it's a 2-minute drill for them. Continue going, and eventually the play action is definitely going to work for them, so we need to look out for that.
4 wideouts for Pocatello. It's just Echo Hawk. Hill kind of split out, now work to block. They throw to the sideline, and incomplete, it looks like.
Was it feet out of bounds? Is that what I'm assuming?
I guess so. I thought that it was caught, but he must have been out of bounds when he secured it. That's number 9, the intended receiver for Pocatello, Matthew Christensen. So it'll be 2nd and 10, 2:33 left in the half.
Yeah, Echo Hawk's doing it all tonight. What a big block pickup right there on the edge for Attila Contreras, to roll out, and he'll at least get the attempt of the throw over to Christensen.
So again, they'll go to a similar set here with 3 wideouts to our side, 1 to the far side, and Echo Hawk in the backfield to block. Down the field, the far side they go, and they got him. It's caught, and he breaks free. It's going to be a touchdown. He got behind him, did number 81, Julian Bowie. And Bowie goes in for a touchdown. We talked, maybe they weren't a quick strike team. And
I think they wanted to prove you wrong.
I guess so. Just like that, about 30 seconds, not even that, 20 seconds they score with 2:19 left here in the first half.
Contreras, look, that was a fantastic throw over on the left-hand side down the field and hit him right in stride.
A beautiful throw, as you mentioned, a beautiful spiral, and you saw the speed from the sophomore Bowie as he broke free. There was the safety coming over, couldn't wrap him up, and Bowie broke free. PAT up, that looks good, and it is. So Pocatello putting me in my place a little bit as they score in 20 seconds on a nice deep pass. That's an 80-yard touchdown pass from Contreras to Bowie down the far sideline to regain the lead, 14-11 over the Tigers.
Yeah, the Idaho Falls defense, they need to watch that now because I think Contreras, his confidence is now just through the roof. He's a sophomore. He's a backup quarterback. He just hit a long, deep pass over on the left-hand side. They got to watch out. If they get a stop here, I would not be surprised if Pocatello gets another chance for that same exact situation.
Well, Pocatello's got to be feeling good about their quarterback situation. Of course, you got Payne, who's out with an injury and kind of week to week. More than likely, he would come back still as the starter. But man, Contreras doing a pretty good job as a fill-in backup right now. As you know, got beat last week, but right now you're up on a 5A Idaho Falls team that's 4-0, and just in a couple minutes, if you can hold Idaho Falls, you'll take a lead into halftime. Ball taken on the return. I think that is
Bo Anderson.
Anderson, nice return for Anderson out across the 30 to about the 32.
Yeah, it was a big hit by number 13 on Pocatello. I believe it was Devin Rodriguez.
Yeah, the tight end and linebacker, Rodriguez, getting a good hit in on the return. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers, 2:11 on the clock. They'll be at the 33-yard line. Remember, quitting smoking, chewing, or vaping is tough, but so are you. If you're ready to quit, there is help. Visit projectfilter.org or call 1-800-QUIT-NOW and call that today. So Idaho Falls, they've got the 2-minute drill ahead of them now here as Olsen back to pass. He's got Gamino out in the flat, and Gamino dropped it.
Oh.
He was getting ready to turn upfield, and he just fumbled it. And it'll be 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass.
Yeah, I think he heard the footsteps, as some like to say.
Yeah, he had it there. Could have turned upfield. He did have 2 defenders, but an opportunity to pick up some positive yardage. But it'll go incomplete. 2nd and 10. Olsen again back in the gun with Ben Moore to his left. Moore out into the flat. They set up the screen, and that was tipped. It was a little high. Hunter Miller tried to tip it to himself and couldn't catch it. He had room to run again. Now it's 3rd and 10.
Yeah, Hunter Miller's not a small target either. He's 6'1", 180. So just a little bit overthrow, a little bit I don't know what it was. Maybe can't be nerves. I don't know what it is. Just a little bit of overthrow right there.
Yeah, Olsen just missed him high.
Yeah.
So they'll line back up again here. Moore now on the right side of Olsen. Back to pass. Plenty of time. Now they go down the field, but it's going to be well overthrown of everyone, intended for Hendrickson, but Olsen with way too much arm on that. And now they'll punt away. So 3 and out. You're going to leave Idaho Falls a lot of time here. 1:54 left. So time for Pocatello to do some more work on the offensive side of the football. back to receive will be Crew Hales, and he's a threat as a return man. We've seen his speed. Olsen will do the kicking. He gets it away, angles it toward the far sideline. Hales will catch it. And now reverse field. And he does get wrapped up out across the 42, and a couple guys get tied up there.
Yeah, I believe it was Lida on the tackle right there.
Tell you what, Hunter Killian got tangled up with a Pocatello or with a Idaho Falls blocker, and Killian had a few words for his opposing player.
I'm sure they were just asking for numbers and maybe some gamer tags for themselves, you know?
Gamer tags?
Yeah,
okay.
for high school kids.
Okay.
Or maybe, nice things were being said down there.
Maybe he was asking for, suggestions on restaurants to eat at after the ball game.
Maybe, yeah.
Back to pass, Contreras across the middle, nearly picked off. That was Lida.
I was talking about confidence multiple times tonight. That window was a little too small for him, and he was not shy about it. But Lida almost made a fantastic play and a big play for the Idaho Falls defense.
That would have probably been a pick six had Lida been able to hang on to it. He read that the whole way, and it just slipped through his hands. That was a bullet, too, from Contreras, and that's probably why it was tough to handle for Lida. So 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Pocatello up 14-11 here with a minute 37 left in the half. Rolling to his right is Contreras, and he leaves it short. The intended receiver was number 4, Chance Crittenden. And now it'll be 3rd and 10. It's kind of a similar scenario as what happened to Idaho Falls on their last possession.
Yeah, they like rolling out Contreras to the right side over here. It's a little bit easier to throw and get some of the opportunity to either throw it or opportunity arises, he can run it as well.
Yeah, he hasn't run much, though. He's got good speed. We can see that even on his rollouts.
Yep.
But he hasn't attempted to really try to run down the field. Contreras back in the gun. Rolling again to his right. They set up the screen. One man, Lida, had no chance. It's a first down and more. Down the field goes Echo Hawk, and he gets taken down at the 30.
Wow, what a play. What a great play design right there. Rolling out to the right all game just to throw it back to the left for Echo Hawk and go right down the left-hand side of the field.
And good backside blocking for the Pocatello Thunder as Lida was the only linebacker there, and he had no shot because there were 2 blockers there that took him out of the play. Clock rolling. Contreras in the gun again. Rolling to his right. He's got time, gets rid of it, and it's dropped. That would have been a good catch with a lot of people around him. That was number 4, Crittenden again.
Yeah, that was a little bit behind him, but it's a hard throw to make. Running to your right, throwing a little bit across your body, still into the middle of the field, but he'll get there.
And Crittenden working in traffic there. There were about 3 Tigers right there around him and couldn't hang on to it. So that'll stop the clock, though, with a minute 11. The ball sits right at the 30, 1st and 10 for Pocatello. A chance to tack on some more points here before half. It looked like they were going to go into halftime down. Then the quick strike puts them up. Now they've got an opportunity for more points. And a flag comes in. Is that going to be a holding penalty, I'm assuming?
Yeah, number 50's pointing to himself and asking the refs not to.
No, pick it up, wave it off.
Yeah, please. I believe that was Spencer Robertson.
Echo Hawk picked up about 2 or 3 on the carry, but I'm going to guess that's going to be negated. It is holding against Pocatello. Spot foul, so it'll drive it back to the 40. 10-yard penalty, essentially, because of the spot. And it'll be 2nd and 20 now. So 2nd and 20 with a minute and counting here in the first half. It's been an exciting first half. Not real high scoring, but good play from both of these teams, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I think we got to look at the bottom right here to the screen.
One-on-one down this far side, and that's exactly where they go. He's beat his defender. Good recovery to knock it away. The ball a little underthrown allowed the receiver to recover.
Yeah, what a play. I thought he had it in his hands, but the defender, I was number 33. Number 33, William Hurley with a great play right there.
Hurley, and I think Dason Hunter came over as well, number 9, to help break that up. So, you called it, Josh, on the one-on-one coverage on the near side. They just couldn't complete it to him. And now with 39 seconds left, it's 3rd and 20.
Yeah, we got to look for either another rollout or maybe another screen pass for EchoHawk. That seems a lot of success right here.
Back to pass, and EchoHawk got held up in the line of scrimmage. Holding might be the call. A flag comes in late. Man, I thought EchoHawk was trying to get free into the secondary, and it looked like one of the Tigers linemen just grabbed him.
Jumped on him, yeah.
And so, to me, that's, I don't know what to call it, but it's going to be holding against Pocatello.
Yep.
They decline it, so it's going to be 4th down, so it's 4th and 20. But yeah, I don't know exactly what the rule is there, but man, I sure thought EchoHawk was trying to go through the line to get into the backfield a little bit for a reception possibility.
Yeah, Lauren, and on that you got to wonder, like, do those Idaho Falls Tigers, do they think that he has the ball, or were they faked out by the pole?
The punt is short and high. Tell you what, guys are really getting after it. Down there on a near meaningless punt. But 33 looked like he got wrangled to the ground by number 3 for Pocatello. That's 33 William Hurley. And then number 3 Crew Hales really getting after it out here on the outside. I think that's something to pay attention to. It's been pretty chippy, honestly. A lot of contact, a lot of physicality on every play of the game, and something to look for in the second half. The officials talk about that at halftime because they were seeing it. Okay, how's everything going to turn out in the second half when they come back out?
Yeah, they're playing like this is a rivalry game for them. I love it, personally. I love it. I love that ferocity in both of these sides. But they need to be careful with penalties. The refs are going to definitely start smacking down on these.
So just 22 seconds left here. Olsen back to throw, gets rid of it, overthrows one receiver and underthrows the other, depending on who it was intended for. It went over the head of Bo Anderson and fell well short of Jagger Hendrickson. So Olsen struggled a little bit throwing the ball here in the second quarter.
Yeah, and I thought he was targeting Bo Anderson, so there's definitely some nerves right now. I don't know what it is. Maybe he hasn't seen this environment for him. It's homecoming. That's a big game. Looks like they're about to kneel it out and go to halftime.
That does look to be the case. Clock will roll. That'll be the last play of the first half. And that will be the end of the second quarter. The Idaho Falls Tigers, they'll go into the locker room at halftime trailing here on homecoming night. Their trail 14-11 to the Pocatello Thunder. That's it. We're going to step away ourselves, take a little break here at halftime. We'll come back for a little talk about the first half and discussion about what we saw in the first half and possibilities for adjustments from both of these squads. It's East Idaho game night here at Ravston Stadium on IdahoSports.com. Stick around with us. We'll be back for the second half. Don't go anywhere.
Planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
Lead the charge into a brighter future with the all-new 2022 Volkswagen ID4. With an EPA estimated range of 250 miles, the ID4 knows how to go the distance. It's an electric SUV that's as fun to drive as it is stylish and functional. You don't have to sacrifice good looks for great performance. So stop by our dealership today and jumpstart your year with the Volkswagen ID4. Teton Volkswagen, where it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicle.
At Valleywide Cooperative, we're here when you need us. For 100 years, we have been here to help you with food, fuel, and good old-fashioned advice. And for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life, which is why we pour so much into the communities around us. We've employed hundreds of your neighbors. We take pride in that, and in giving back millions in sponsorships, grants, donations, and scholarships. It's our way of saying thanks. We're Valleywide, and yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
We're Valleywide Country Store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow, we're here for you.
Scott here from Teton Honda in Pocatello. Our dealership operates on a no-problem philosophy that's designed to put you in charge of your next vehicle purchase. Prefer to shop online? No problem. Evenings or weekends? No problem. Need a wide range of financing and leasing options? No problem. So whether it's one of our beautiful new Hondas or just a vehicle that's new to you, at Teton Honda, we'll help you find the perfect vehicle for your needs. Experience car buying like never before at Pocatello's only no problem dealership.
time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
Ads like this keep popping up, but I see through the hype because those vape clouds people claim are just water vapor contain as many as 31 different chemicals, like formaldehyde, the stuff they preserve dead bodies with. And while the flavors sound all harmless, we still have no idea what these ingredients could be doing to our bodies. But I already see vaping for exactly what it is. Get the real facts at BehindTheHaze.com.
Falls Tigers find themselves trailing the Pocatello Thunder 14-11. The cheerleaders just finished up. We had the homecoming court. Cheerleaders just finished up their routine. We've got the flag guard out there, as well as now we've got the marching band coming out on the field for the Tigers. A party here.
It is a party. What great music from the cheerleaders. Oh, man, had me dancing up here.
Josh was giving us his best moves, and
I was trying to do like a Jagger Hendrickson type though.
It looked good.
Their show for this year is entitled Flight.
The marching band out on the field, as we mentioned. A good first half of football. I'm going to take a look real quick as we got a little bit of time. Take a look at the Friday Night Flash for tonight. The 5A ranks, we'll start there. Capital Eagles up on top of the Cuna Cavemen 34-7. Meridian up on Eagle 20-3 at halftime. Of course, IdahoFalls here trailing 14-11. No score yet from Mountain View and Owyhee. Sandpoint, Lewiston all tied up at 7. That was in the first quarter. Of course, those teams playing in Pacific time, so it's still a little earlier there. Centennial Borea, no score. Highland up over Madison 14-3. That's a little bit of a surprise for me. Madison at least hanging around a little bit down there at Holt Arena. And then Rocky Mountain big up on Skyview 28-7. And Rigby up big 23-6 over Thunder Ridge. Take a look at the 4A ranks here on the flash. Of course, Bonneville playing Skyline at Thunder Stadium. No score on that one yet. Twin Falls up 28-10 over Century at halftime. Burley down to Minico. That's a good matchup there. 10-8 at halftime, a close game. Kimberly all over Mountain Home right now at halftime, 35-0.
35, huh?
Yeah, they put up 35 points in that first half up on Mountain Home. And Middleton over Ridgeview, 21-7 at half. Emmett up on Nampa, 20-10. A couple more down here. Buell, the 3A Buell taking on Wood River. Buell's up 30-12. So a good showing in the first half for the Buell Indians. That's my wife's alma mater. 3A ranks, Parma up over Payette, 18-14. Snake River up on South Fremont, 23-7. Weiser and Fruitland, that's a nice in-conference matchup. Fruitland up 18-13 over Weiser. And take a look at the 2A ranks. Not much coming in yet for the 2As. If you've got scores, you can submit them to IdahoSports.com through the Friday Night Flash. Nampa Christian 28-0 all over Valley. Soda Springs and Malad tied up at 8 at halftime. Salmon and Ryrie in a close one, 13-12 at half in those 2A scores. And now we'll take a quick look at the 1As. Dietrich all over Glens Ferry, 40-0. Lighthouse Christian up on Raft River. That's an interesting score, 12-8. Raft River, something right there in the number 1 seed. Of course, Raft River, if I'm not mistaken, 1A Division 2. Lighthouse Christian 1A Division 1, but a close game there. Oakley, no question right now with Murtaugh, 48-0, and Oakley making a bid for why they should be the undisputed number 1 team in that 1A Division 2.
Yeah, that's not close at all.
No, Oakley, a very good football team. Oakley, a 1A Division 1, my mistake. Mullen, 68-8 over Clark Fork. Mullen, one of those in those 1A D2s that has turned into kind of a powerhouse up there in northern Idaho. And then, of course, we mentioned Dietrich, 40-0 over Glens Ferry. That's the scores that have come in. You know, thinking about that first half, Josh, you know, really what I saw was more sustained offensive drives from Pocatello. I was much happier with their consistency on offense, and their defense played pretty well too. But really, that offensive consistency and having Echo Hawk in the running game, I think that's really what Idaho Falls has missed. Has been the running game in this ball game.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Jesperson, but maybe it's a coach's decision for the reason, and maybe it's a second half player for him, but they really need a running game to even be considered with what's going on with Pocatello and Echo Hawk and what they're doing in this game.
You know, and Moore and Gamino, Sam Gamino Salinas, they've filled in nicely, and doing as much as they can. We didn't see as much as Gamino running the ball in that second quarter. We saw more of Ben Moore, but they need to have that running game to help open up the passing game. The passing game was working pretty well for them in the first quarter, and then things kind of tailed off when the running game tailed off for Idaho Falls as well.
Yeah, and quarterback Olson, he's got to start hitting those throws, even if it's shorter, you know, and it'll happen. It's homecoming night, all right. I believe he's a senior, right? And you know, and it's one of his it is his last homecoming game. Little nerves, get those out of the way. Coaches are going to talk to him. I'm sure he'll come back in that second half and be able to show what he's done all season. So.
Yeah, and you mentioned that, especially in the second quarter, Skylar Olson, he didn't complete the passes like he was in the first quarter. He was missing open receivers, you know, overthrowing guys. And, you know, you're going to have that on some of those long downfield passes, but you expect your quarterback to be able to hit those little routes out into the flat or just those little stop routes, you know, 5-10 yards down the field, and he's just missed some guys, especially there in the second quarter. And then Pocatello, you know, they got the big strike on offense, that big 80-yard touchdown pass to take the lead back with about, 2 minutes left in the half. That went to Julian Bowie, the other sophomore, from sophomore Drayson Contreras. And that was a big play to end the quarter, and then the defenses stood up at the end of the half. So the Tigers, they'll come back out. They will. Did they receive the opening kickoff? No, I can't remember if they received that opening kickoff. I think they. Now I can't remember. So one of these two teams is going to get the opening.
Will receive the.
They will receive the second half kickoff. Somebody's going to.
Yeah. I hope.
Whether it's the Tigers or the Thunder, as the Thunder get ready to come back out onto the field over here to our left.
I believe it's going to be actually the Thunder that receives this because they
did kick off.
Yep,
you're
the
right.
Thunder kicked off, got a first big stop in that opening drive. So
that's right. It just took us a minute to remember who took that opening kickoff, but you're right. So the Thunder will get the opening kickoff with the lead here as we get ready to go into the third quarter. I want to thank some more of our sponsors for tonight's ball game. Our power boosters, Portneuf Health Partners, Teton Auto Group, Rockwell Homes, Bingham Memorial Orthopedic Institute, Conan Heating and Air Conditioning, as well as Teton Toyota, Teton Volkswagen. You've seen a couple commercials from them as the Tigers get ready to come back onto the field. Got Kulak CrossFit, one of our local sponsors, Rockwell Homes, Thompson Holman Weiler, C&B Operations, Conan Heating and Air Conditioning, and Alliance Title and Escrow. Remind you, it's just halftime, but stick around for the post game where we will give away our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game award. And you can join Idaho Sports Nation on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube to get updates, breaking news, pictures, and more. Just click the icons in the top left to follow us now. And don't miss out on the expanded list of regional prepcasts. Our resident experts talk about what's going on in the part of the state that you live in. Be sure to catch the new regional prepcasts each week on IdahoSports.com, or you can download the new episode wherever you get your podcasts. You can also watch each episode on IdahoSports.com's YouTube channel. And those are, if you're looking for information throughout the week to help you out with your gridiron game picks, that might be a good spot to go to get a little bit of insider information from the guys that are across the state and kind of watching and keeping track of these teams week to week.
Yeah, of course, and I bet Pocatello is trying to get a lot of upset brackets tonight because I'm sure a lot of people picked the big school and the undefeated team in Idaho Falls.
Yeah, this is a great matchup, but you think about that, Idaho Falls, they do come in 4-0 on into this game, looking to go 5-0. But Pocatello, they got thumped pretty good last week from another 5A school, Highland. Now, traditionally, Highland's been a powerhouse down there, down a couple of years, but right back into the mix of things. We haven't seen them match up against Rigby yet, but Rigby, the current powerhouse, if you will, in the 5A ranks here in eastern Idaho, and a lot of people believe they might be, still the number one team in the state. Of course, Rocky Mountain's got a lot of love in that category as well. Rocky Mountain has beat some really good teams, including Highland, this year early on that first game in fact, I think it was like 0 week. It wasn't even really the first week of the season. Rocky Mountain came over and played Highland, if I'm not mistaken. And so Highland getting some love in the polls this week as you can check out the media polls as well as the coaches polls that come out every week on IdahoSports.com. So just a lot of stuff on the website. We do a lot more than just broadcasting here at Idaho Sports. There's scores, schedules, and if you're not into football, if you got a son or daughter playing soccer or a daughter on the volleyball team, there's scores all over the website for each team across the state, as well as coaches polls for boys and girls soccer and volleyball. So lots going on here for fall sports on IdahoSports.com. So make sure you check back to the site often for updates on your favorite team. As we get ready to get going here to start the third quarter, it is going to be the Tigers kicking off to the Thunder. I really have to think about this every time that I call a game for Pocatello because, the only team we had Thunder Ridge, and I keep, when I broadcast, I often just call them Thunder, as a short for Thunder Ridge. And for Pocatello, it's been a lot of years calling them by their old mascot name, and making the change, it's tough.
Not to mention, you also have Thunder Stadium over for Bonneville.
That's true. That's a good point.
We need, like, the Clouds or some other team of that nature. Maybe the Tornadoes, something
Lightning.
different. Yeah, the Lightning, maybe. Maybe get a little light blue in there and some beautiful uniforms with light blue colors, that's for sure.
There has been some, the Owyhee Storm, an interesting new high school over in the Boise area. The newest 5A high school in the state just opened up this year, Owyhee Storm. There goes the opening kickoff for the second half, taken at the 10 and stopped at about the 22. Nowhere to go. Good coverage by the Tigers.
Yeah, that was number 3, Crew Hales, I believe, that was able to return that kick and maybe get them up to the 23-yard line to start their second half offensive drive.
I'll just put this out there. If anybody's interested in joining the team here at IdahoSports.com, we're always on the lookout for talented people to get involved. salespeople, producers, camera operators, even broadcasters, writers, photographers. We've got room for about anybody that wants to be involved in high school sports across the state of Idaho. Handoff goes to IdahoHawk.
Yeah, that was a big hit by number 32, Porter Tootle. Maybe saying that wrong, but what a big hit on IdahoHawk.
Yeah, I think it's Tuttle.
Tuttle. My apologies.
Very
to his
close.
family.
Yeah, Tuttle and Lida got in on that hit as well. Porter Tuttle, senior, 6'2", 165-pound defensive back.
Yeah, just welcome him into the second half.
Second and about 5 after that run by IdahoHawk. IdahoHawk hit at the line of scrimmage. Good hit there by number 10, Hunter Herrera.
He's been quiet tonight. We've called his name a lot in big moments, though. That was a big moment right there to get them over for third and about 4 yards, maybe.
It looked like IdahoHawk fell forward for about a yard, so you're right. 3rd and 4 upcoming. The ball right at the 30-yard line as Pocatello here to start the third quarter, heading from south to the north end zone. 10:35 left here in the third, just underway. It's homecoming night here as the jungle across the way has been fired up throughout the evening for their Idaho Falls Tigers. They find themselves trailing right now, though, and they got him to jump. Big number 66, it looks like, got into the neutral zone.
I don't know what I just watched, but big number 66, Grayson Thomas and number 1, Bo Anderson, they had a little bit of argument, and
they're still getting after it
right now. This is not what Idaho Falls needs right now.
No, and that might be a losing battle for Bo Anderson as he gives up about 200 pounds in that exchange, if it comes to that.
If it comes to that, yeah, and about 4 inches too. So let Grayson take it on the offensive line. Let's do that.
So here they go after the first down on the penalty. Here's the first real draw play, I guess, from and a big hit on the sideline. And I don't know who got the worst of it.
I believe that was Bo Anderson that took on Contreras.
Yeah, Contreras wasn't going to run out of bounds. He lowered the shoulder, and Bo Anderson and Contreras went shoulder to shoulder. A nice stop there, so it's 2nd and 8 upcoming, and a little bit of fire from the Idaho Falls defensive line and the whole defensive backfield. Man coverage everywhere, it looks like. Handoff goes to IdahoHawk. He tries to get to the outside, keeps the legs churning. We'll see where they mark him out of bounds. It looks like he's going to be right at the sticks.
Yeah, he had to run over his own man, but hey, he got the job done. I believe it's a first down.
Yeah, they signal first down, the ball right at the 45-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Pocatello as they keep this ball moving. Here the opening drive of the second half. 9:40 left. Here in the third quarter, it's Pocatello trying to extend their lead on this opening drive. Handoff to IdahoHawk right up the middle. IdahoHawk drugged down after about 2 or 3 yard gain.
Yeah, and I don't think we're not going to stop seeing this all night.
Yeah.
IdahoHawk's going to keep getting that 1st and 2nd down carry, and he's doing a great job getting 2, 3, 4, 5 yards every carry right now, maybe even more. And that's something that they're going to continue to go to.
Brendan Rasmussen, number 50, the defensive lineman, 6'4", 265. I tell you what, there are some big men down there on that defensive line.
Oh, men, yep.
A lot bigger men than I am down there. 6'4", 265, that is a big feller.
Well, you were about, 6'7", 280 right now, I think, right?
Right. Handoff up the middle, IdahoHawk, another first down. Out across the 45 of Idaho Falls. Yeah, I think you meant about 5'11", 190 is
They
what I
can't see you
go.
on camera, so I'm trying to give
Yeah.
you, give you that basketball measurement right now.
I like to be honest for the 5'11", 190. That's about where I'm at these days, and it's not a strong 190. It's a little bit of a soft 190.
The pillow.
Yeah,
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is straight man coverage. I got to watch for the play action shot right here.
An Echo
First
Hawk in
on.
the backfield. Handoff goes to Echo Hawk again. He bounces it to the outside, spins free, and he's going to be dropped about 2 yards shy, maybe a yard shy of the first down. I thought I saw flag, but none actually flew out. So Echo Hawk, he is going to be a yard shy, so it'll be 2nd and 1 upcoming. And they're just, now Echo Hawk's going to come out for a breather as he has done a lot of work here in this opening drive.
A well-deserved breather. Yeah, take a seat, young man. Well-deserved. He looks a little tired.
Get a water bottle and take a seat. Maybe loosen up that chin strap. Take the helmet off.
A couple teammates give him high fives, little shoulder taps, little love taps.
Handoff this time going to go. Ooh, and I don't know. I didn't see if it got him in the mask or not, but, man, that head whipped around.
It's the backup running back. I believe it was number 14.
He must have just got him up around the shoulder pads because, man, he whipped around. Number 14 on the carry, that was Pocatello Parker Applington, a junior. But, yeah, he had nowhere to go.
Yeah, that tackle was done by that big number 69, 6'5", 286. That was he was just showing his dominance right there. One arm, maybe a little high tackle, but.
Yeah, Landon Knighting with the big tackle there to bring up 3rd and 5. Applington still in the backfield. Handoff goes to Applington again. No,
nope.
Contreras pulls it back off the fingertips of the intended receiver, number 19. That was Hunter Killian. And Killian, he was going to get hit and probably drug down just short of the sticks, but now it's 4th and 5 instead of 4th and 1.
Do you go for it here?
You know, a lot of teams will just across midfield.
I think they are.
It looks like it. Echo Hawk wants to get back in the game.
Yep.
And he just kind of throws his hands up, say, I'm in.
Yeah, if he was pointing for his chest, he said, I want in, coach. I want this.
Applington will come out. So Echo Hawk is in there. Contreras back in the gun again. Echo Hawk to his left. Whiteouts, 2 of them to each side. Single coverage everywhere. Back to pass. In trouble. It's sacked in the backfield. Contreras goes down.
Yes, that was number 77, Leo Nelson with that big sack. 6 foot, 190 pound of full greatness on that left-hand side of the defensive line right there. He was able to follow Contreras and not let him escape at all.
The pocket started to collapse, and Contreras tried to sneak out right up the middle, and there was nowhere for him to go as he got sacked on 4th down. So a turnover on downs, and the Tigers take over in good field position. Rush coming up the middle. It's picked up. Pass to the outside. Receiver catches and gets away for a couple extra yards. A nice 9-yard pickup on 1st down.
Yeah, that was number 11, Peyton Somson. And it's great to see Skylar Olson hitting that throw. You know, I know it's the first throw of the second half, but he was missing those throws in the first half.
And it felt like that's been his first completion in a while, too, going back into the middle of the second quarter. Olson back to pass again. A little short route out in the flat. 1st down and more down the far sideline right in front of the Idaho Falls Tigers bench.
Yeah, and they always talk about halftime adjustments, and I think with their halftime plan, they had, okay, we're going to do these number of set plays. Let's just get Olson back in that rhythm of hitting throws or short throws. There's something to just get the confidence up of that arm. We know he can hit throws. We know that, and he just needs that confidence to get there.
So 1st and 10 from the 39. Gamino in the backfield. A handoff goes to Gamino. Gamino finding room to run for a 1st down out across the 25-yard line.
What a great run by Gamino. That was fantastic. He was able to do a little move in the hole and get past and get, what about a 15-yard, 20-yard gain.
Sam Gamino Salinas, the 5'8", 185-pound running back, as they get the clock running again. 5:45 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Back to pass, Olsen gets rid of it and hit as the ball got there, and now incomplete.
A little bit of shoving at the end by number 4 on Pocatello, Chance Crittenden, excuse me.
Yeah, the intended receiver was Jagger Hendrickson, and you're right, that ball came free, and I think Hendrickson felt like Crittenden continued to hit him after that ball was incomplete.
Just wanted to make sure it was incomplete.
2nd and 10. They try to set up the screen. Pocatello covers it nicely. Now on the run is Olsen, and Olsen driven out of bounds just beyond the 20, so he'll pick up a few yards on the carry. I think Olsen had an opportunity to put the brakes on and cut that back inside, maybe pick up some more yards.
He may have, but I mean, Hunter Killigan was the person that helped him out. And like you said, last year he was a fantastic linebacker, so I don't think that would have happened in Killigan's arms.
Yeah, Killian, you're right. He is. I didn't notice it was 12. That was a good open field tackle on Olsen. Gamino, the carry. It's going to be 4th down. He picks up a couple out just shy of the 15, and this is go for it range for most high school football teams. We'll see if they decide to do that or if they're going to try to kick the field goal.
Well, their kicker, I believe, we were watching him warm up. I believe he can hit these kind of kicks.
Yeah, he can absolutely knock it in from here. It's Carter Manwaring.
Yeah,
is
Manwaring,
the
exactly.
kicker.
But I think
number
they want
19.
more. Yeah, I think they want more here.
They are going to line up to go for it here. And check out the fullback.
Oh, yes.
That's number 64 or 54. Logan Westwood, I think. 5'9", 250. 64. Gamino hitting the backfield, but he goes forward. I think he's going to get the first down. He got hit in the backfield, but I think he picked it up.
Where do the refs stop or place the ball?
That's all it's going to depend on is the spot. I think he's got it.
Are they giving it to him?
They're asking him to move. They'll take a look. Tell you what, I thought he got it, but it's awfully close. They're going to, they're going to measure. So they'll stop the clock to bring the chains out. This is going to be close. So a little stop and play here. We'll thank a couple of our sponsors. Deeply rooted in the Pacific Northwest and dating back to the late 1800s, Alliance Title and Escrow wants to remind you it matters where you close. Alliance is a proud supporter of Pocatello Athletics and wants to wish them good luck in today's game. Go Thunder. And they got it.
Yep.
Idaho Falls, I thought they did, and they did. So they pick up the first down to keep this drive going.
Yeah, this is a big drive for Idaho Falls. I know this is the first drive out of the second half, but those are always the big drives to set how they're going to play the second half, and they're going to need a touchdown, some points here, and I think they're going to get that.
So a big first down for the Tigers. Back to passes Olsen. Out into the flat. It's caught by Lida. Lida, good open field tackle, though, and he maybe picks up a yard is all. 3:49 left here in the third quarter.
Yeah, that was Julian Caldwell with that tackle. Great open tackle. Fantastic open tackle. Open field tackle.
3:40 left to go here in counting. Ball's on the 12, so they can pick up a first down inside the 2. 2nd and 8. Handoff to Gamino. He tries to get to the outside, breaks a tackle. Good blocking on the outside. Touchdown, Idaho Falls. Great blocking downfield by those wide receivers to get Gamino Salinas to the pylon.
That was a fantastic run. He was able to keep his balance first off to get that run and be able to get himself into the touchdown to put the Idaho Falls Tigers on in front of Pocatello.
They're up 17-14 now with the PAT coming. They could go up by 4 here over the Thunder.
2-point conversions put all the scores off just a little bit.
An odd score here. PAT, the kick is up. Did he get it? Yes, he did. It goes through, and it will be 18-14. The Idaho Falls Tigers on top. For all your commercial John Deere new and used agricultural equipment, choose C&B Operations, Eastern Idaho's premier John Deere dealership. Visit C&B Operations at 1102 West Bridge Street in Blackfoot for all your equipment needs, or visit them online at deerequipment.com. That's DeeRequipment.com. C&B Operations in Blackfoot is a proud supporter of Idaho Falls athletics. Rockwell Homes in Idaho Falls is Southeast Idaho's #1 home builder. By using local subcontractors and upholding the highest quality standards, Rockwell Homes strives to exceed your expectations to create a unique and innovative home tailored to your needs and lifestyles. Are you ready to start building your dream home? Let Rockwell Homes help design the perfect place for you and your family to call home. To see available homes, floor plans, and other great information, go online to rockwellhomes.net. The Johnson family and everyone at Rockwell Homes are proud of the local student athletes and wants to wish them best of luck in tonight's game. So the Tigers, after a good drive, kick away deep into the end zone for a touchback. And Pocatello will take over their second possession here from the 20 with 3:19 left in the third quarter. That was a good sustained drive by the Tigers to use some clock and regain this lead.
Yeah, and Pocatello needs to continue just running that ball with Echo Hawk. Excuse me. Long day for me. Little words jumbled and
Riken Echo Hawk, the sophomore running back. He's been the workhorse running the ball for the I just did it again, for the Thunder.
I should keep track of that.
That's twice, at least. Little pitch over the head, and Echo Hawk does a good job of corralling it, but a big loss. It was a high pitch from Contreras, so they'll lose, looks like about 7 or 8 yards, all the way back to the 12.
Yeah, they tried to do a read option right there with Echo Hawk to try to change some things up. And, yeah, Contreras was a little bit frustrated with himself on that one.
So they lose 9 on that play to bring up second. Well, we'll say they lose 8. Second and 18. Ball sits on the 12. This Pocatello hasn't really been backed up at all in the shadows of their own goalpost, but they are now here late in the third quarter. 2:30 left on the clock. Pocatello, Contreras, back to pass, in the pocket, gets away somehow. Now looking downfield, he gets it completed. Maybe back to, well, still short of the original line of scrimmage, it looks like. So it picks up about 6 on the play. Hunter Herrera with a nice tackle out there on the far side, and it's 3rd and 12 upcoming.
Yeah, that was a great decision by Contreras because he had a receiver open a little bit further down the field, but it was a harder throw. He decided to drop it off for an easier throw and a little bit of a pickup. I believe they're at the original line of scrimmage now, so a little bit, maybe a few yards.
Yeah, just it looks like a yard shy or so, 3rd and 11 upcoming. 1:42 and counting. Contreras in the gun with Echo Hawk to his right. Echo Hawk runs out into the flat. He's got one man, and he's got a huge hole down the field, and here's the speed of Echo Hawk taken down out near midfield. Big first down.
That was a great play design. We've seen them run that play one other time in the same exact situation where they needed a big first down, and they went right to it. Great play design.
You know, and Idaho Falls wanted a block in the back, but it was just more of a block, and the would-be tackler just turned and kind of got shoved a little bit, but nothing egregious at all, and he's still frustrated about it, but that was just a great design play, and one man to beat, and Echo Hawk did it.
Yeah, and kudos to number 18, Bryce Franco. He definitely saved a touchdown right there.
So a big first down for the Thunder, as they're at the 49. 1st and 10, just shy of midfield.
Echo Hawk getting a little bit of a breather. Well deserved.
And Applington in his replacement. Handoff goes to Applington. A little bit of room to run for him. He'll pick up about 3 or 4 yards across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Once again, there's number 32 on Idaho Falls with a big hit. Porter Tuttle, I believe.
Yeah,
right? That's what we're saying.
32,
Tuttle,
yep,
yeah.
Tuttle.
I don't want to say that name wrong again.
So a clock will roll here. It looks like that's going to be the end of the third quarter as it rolls down under 5 seconds now. Pocatello comes to their near sideline, and Idaho Falls are head to theirs. They'll move the ball about 6 yards to the other side of the 50, and it'll be 2nd and 7 upcoming for the Thunder.
Tigers, 18.
Conan Heating and Air Conditioning is your Lennox premier dealer in Idaho Falls. Conan Heating and Air Conditioning has been providing superior HVAC service in the Idaho Falls area since 1946. That's 75 years. With highly qualified and experienced technicians, no job is too big or small. For all your furnace repair needs in Idaho Falls, trust the job to Conan Heating and Air Conditioning. Visit them online for more information at conanheating.com. And Kulak CrossFit in Pocatello, they're Southeast Idaho's largest and most diverse strength and conditioning training facility. CrossFit is safe and effective. They have functional fitness training that'll help you reach your goals, whether that be weight loss, strength gains, or increasing speed and agility. Besides group fit and fitness classes, they offer personal one-on-one training as well as customized sport-specific strength and agility training for your youth athletes. They even use an app to track your progress. Sign in for classes and view the daily workout. With minimal contract requirements and extremely affordable pricing, Kulak CrossFit is sure to be a great fit for you. Start of the fourth quarter here. Echo Hawk gets wrapped up and just tossed out of bounds by Lida.
Yeah, he threw him out with a little bit of anger, maybe a little bit of frustration. And for a second, I thought he got him up a little too high with that tackle.
You can find out more at kulakcrossfit.com, or you can call 208-251-2905. Owners Troy and Jamie Bell are huge supporters of the Pocatello Thunder and all the student athletes in Pocatello. So a couple yard pickup is all on that run from Echo Hawk. And it's 3rd and 3 upcoming, 11-15 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Handoff goes to Echo Hawk around the outside. It's going to be awfully close.
Well, Lauren, that was actually a direct snap to Contreras, and he took it up to the left-hand side for about a gain of 2, so it's going to be 4th and 1.
It is, you're right. My mistake, it was Contreras on the run. 4th and 1. And you got to think Pocatello go for it here, especially when you have Echo Hawk in the backfield. He's not the bruising back up the middle, but with his agility and his ability to escape and spin free of tackles, you got to think your chances are good here if you hand it off to Riken Echo Hawk.
Yeah, and they have big number 69 in the middle. Idaho Falls does. And like we said, he's 6'5", 285. So it looks like they're trying to line up like Idaho Falls did before and maybe do a QB sneak.
So I think a timeout is going to be called. No, they're going to measure.
Yep.
And that might have been a request. Hey, we know we're short, but we want to see how short. That was probably a request from the Pocatello coaching staff. And I don't mind that at all. They want to see, okay, are we a yard? Are we a foot? Where are we at exactly?
Yeah, we got to watch out for this 50-yard line, though. It's
well, that's not the one to worry about in this scenario, but they are only about 6 inches short. So,
Yep.
But again, that might make a difference for what the Thunder want to do here. You know, a yard is different than 6 inches or a foot.
Absolutely. Yeah, and maybe the Idaho Falls coaches were using as a little distraction so they can get their team over to the side without using a timeout.
10 minutes left here in the fourth as the clock rolls again. 4th and about a foot under center. goes Contreras. He'll turn, he'll hand off to Echo Hawk. Echo Hawk, he got tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. I don't think he got there.
This all depends on the spot of the ball right here.
I honestly don't like Echo Hawk up the middle in that scenario. I want to get him to the outside, and he doesn't. He got tripped up. He lost a little yardage, and it's a turnover on downs. The Tigers take over.
Yeah, they tried to change it up a little bit. They haven't. I don't think they've been under center at all night. And I personally would have liked them in the shotgun like they've done. Every handoff to Echo Hart's been, like I said, 2, 3, 5, 7 more yards.
And that took a little longer to get him the ball than it did on just a snap in the shotgun where he just turns and hands it off to Echo Hawk. And I like Echo Hawk. He's had big holes up the middle, but they're really keen on that there. As the handoff this time goes to Lida, and Lida picks up about 5 on the carry. But in that scenario, I like Echo Hawk being able to bounce it to the outside, use his speed.
Gives them options.
Yeah. That was just a straight dive right up the middle.
Light on the play. Looks like he almost got a little bit of whiplash as he was taken down. He ran off the field, slapping his helmet.
Kind of bounced his head off the turf there a little bit on that carry.
Yeah, that's one of their big playmakers.
Rush coming, back to pass. That's Ben Moore out of the backfield, and he's going to get nearer the first down sticks. And now a flag comes in.
I think they're saying offsides.
Now, if this goes against Olson, I'd be shocked. We'll see what happens. He's pointing the other way, so more than likely this is going to go against Pocatello.
Yep. No.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the defense. So they'll tack on 15. That'll be a first down and more.
I didn't quite see what happened. Was it a late hit?
I don't think it was a late hit. I think it was some jawing between one of the men that ended up near Olson. He must have said something that was inappropriate enough to draw the flag.
And you said that at the end of the last half that they need to watch themselves, and this is going to be a big issue. And it seems like the refs and the Whitecap, they're definitely.
And it's not like the officials have really let these guys get after it. I mean, they haven't been ticky-tack with penalty calls, but at some point you have to throw something when it just continues to escalate. Handoff goes to Ben Moore, hitting the backfield, but he breaks free into the secondary out near another first down. Inside the 25 to the 23.
Yeah, Ben Moore has looked incredible tonight. I think that's why he's continued to get these carries. They're going to continue getting them to number 12, Sam, and of course, Lida. But Ben Moore's looked really good tonight.
Yeah, he's filled in nicely, as well as Sam Gamino Salinas. Down the field, they've got the receiver up top.
They hold on to it.
Touchdown. Jagger Hendrickson. You saw the out route, and then down the field he went. And they threw it up to him. Hendrickson went up and got it. And that's a big score for Idaho Falls to push this lead now to 10.
Yeah, and they tried to do that same exact play almost earlier in the first half. Just Olson missed the throw. You know, Jaggers had a major mismatch all night, but Olson is feeling himself right now, and he hit that throw perfectly.
Yeah, he threw it up where Hendrickson had the advantage. He went up and got it over the defender, and now on for the PAT, number 19. It's up, and it is in as Carter Manwaring knocks in the PAT, and now it's an 11-point lead for the Tigers. 9 minutes, 8:39 left here in the fourth quarter. The Tigers looking to go 5-0 here if they can hang on.
And Pocatello, this is a huge drive right here. You have to get points, whether it be a field goal or a touchdown. I don't know what they're going to do. Of course, continue with Echo Hart, but Contreras is going to be tested right here.
Thompson Holman Weiler has served East Idaho for over 25 years. The law firm offers extensive experience in a wide range of legal services and represents a broad range of clients, from local individuals to international corporations. They realize how important a client's case is to them individually, so they strive to give each case the attention it would receive if the client was handling it themselves, no matter the size. If you need an attorney, call Michael White at Thompson Holman Weiler today at 208-522-1230 or visit their website at thwlaw.com. Thompson Holman Weiler is proud to support Idaho Falls football and wishes the Tigers good luck in tonight's game. And right now, the Tigers in charge here, up 11 with 8:39 left to go. A good drive from them, and that'll be a touchback once again as that ball gets into the end zone. And they'll come out to the 20 to take over. Remember to stick around with us. At the end of this ball game, we'll award our IdahoSports.com Player of the Game. And as always, stay tuned in to IdahoSports.com. Check out the website as the evening goes on. A lot of final scores will be coming in from across the state. And my estimation is 11:30, 12 o'clock or so tonight, we'll have every score from across the state finalized on IdahoSports.com. Contreras is going to go down the field. What a catch on the outside by number 9 for the Thunder. That's Matthew Christensen, a great play on the ball.
Yeah, he made his adjustment in the air. That ball was to the outside, and he was able to turn and get that ball. Tag it at the top of its apex right there.
A great throw from Contreras, too, to get it away from the defender to the outside. And a big pickup for a first down across midfield. 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. 8:20 and counting on the clock. Contreras rolling to his left. He's got blockers, and now down the field, Bowie with the reception for another first down to about the 33-yard line, maybe 32. 1st and 10 again for the Thunder.
Yeah, this is what the Thunder needed right now. This drive right here is a quick drive. They've gotten about 55, 60 yards within 2 plays, and this is exactly what they need.
So 1st and 10 from the 32. Contreras back in there with Echo Hawk to his right. 3 wideouts to our near side.
They're singling Christensen again.
Contreras on the move, throws high, it's tipped but caught by Bowie. That ball tipped downfield by a Tiger and right into the hands of Bowie. And I'm not sure if it was underthrown or overthrown, but either way, it ends up in the hands of Bowie.
That is just unlucky. I think it was underthrown, and the Idaho Falls defensive back, I forgot who it was, but he tipped it right to him.
So after that catch and run from Bowie, it's 1st and goal for the Indians at the 9.
For the Thunder.
Thunder, 3 times.
That's 3. Yeah, Idaho Falls felt the momentum. That was, now 3 plays and about 70 yards. So they're moving right now.
Yeah, a good timeout, I think, from the Tigers just to kind of slow things down a little bit.
Yep.
Well, again, want to thank all of our sponsors. This is an East Idaho game stream production, or at IdahoSports.com game stream production of East Idaho Game Night, presented by Teton Auto Group, your local Toyota dealer, Project Filter, and Valley-Wide Cooperative. Want to thank our power boosters as well, Portneuf Health Partners, of course, Teton Auto Group, Rockwell Homes, Bingham Memorial Orthopedic Institute, Conan Heating and Air Conditioning. Huge thanks to all of them for their support for tonight's game. And a good one it's been here at homecoming night. The Tigers trying to move to 5-0, but Pocatello making it interesting here. They're down 11. But they have quickly moved down the field here in just about a minute. Well, really just a minute's time here. 7:35 left on the clock, and they're threatening to score 1st and goal from the 9.
Looks like Idaho Falls is a little confused on the defensive right now.
They're single coverage again, especially on the far side. Wouldn't be surprised to see Contreras go that way. No, they'll hand off on a counter up the middle to Echo Hawk. He breaks free somehow into the end zone. Touchdown, Thunder.
That was a great play design. And once again, they ran that one once earlier in the game. We knew it was coming back, and they ran that perfectly. The blocking was great, everything.
So just like that, the Thunder score in just over a minute to cut this lead to 5, and they'll go for 2 here to try to make it just a field goal lead for the Tigers.
I think this is a great decision. I would have done this too. You know, it's a risk, absolutely, you know, but there's 7 minutes and 27 seconds left in this game.
Well, even with if you kick the PAT, now you still need a touchdown. If you miss this, you still need a touchdown. So I like the call here. It's nothing but a benefit to go for 2 here. If you get it, you're in a great position to have your field goal kicker, you know, be able to tie it if needed. Yep. So it'll be Contreras in the backfield, rolling toward Echo Hawk. He's looking back across the middle and incomplete. So the 2-point conversion fails.
Yeah, and I didn't like that play at all. They had 3 receivers right, and they rolled out left. I didn't like that. You know, that's the hardest play, especially for a quarterback to throw across his body. I was expecting the roll right, to be honest. And
they tried to drag somebody across right at the goal line, but he was pretty well covered. It would have had to been a perfect throw from Contreras. But nonetheless, it goes incomplete, and with 7:27 left here in this ball game, Idaho Falls hanging on to a 5-point lead. But the quick score from Pocatello giving them a good chance here. If they can get a stop, they'll have plenty of time to get the ball back and drive down the field.
Yeah, and Skylar Olson, he has looked good the second half, so they're going to have to stop them, and their defensive backs are going to have to put some great clamps on the wide receivers.
You know, we've had some great sponsors and advertisers on tonight's game. We have always had great sponsors and advertisers on the website at IdahoSports.com. Check those out. Support those businesses that support your local student athletes. And if you would like your business to advertise on IdahoSports.com, all you got to do is contact sales at IdahoSports.com for more information. We got tons of opportunities. You've got a big budget. You want to really get your name out there across the state, we can help you out. If you just want to support your local school, we can do that as well. Kick off taken at the 2. Here comes Hunter Miller, upended at the 30, out across to the 34-yard line. Good return by number 2, Hunter Miller. So the Tigers, they could maybe seal this thing away with a good sustained drive here, take some time off the clock, and especially putting it into the end zone. It could really make it difficult on the Thunder.
I will not be surprised if Ben Moore gets a lot of carries here.
Back to pass goes Olsen. Now he's on the run. And down the sideline, still on the run, finally knocked out of bounds at midfield. No flags on the play, so a big pickup of about 17 yards for Skylar Olsen out to midfield.
Yeah, that was a blown play right there. I got to give a shout-out to number 70 on Pocatello, Thomas Smith. They were looking for a screen pass over to Sam, and he saw that right away.
Yeah, he blew it up, but they weren't able to contain Olsen on the outside. So 1st and 10 from midfield. Handoff to Sam Gamino Salinas, hit in the backfield, but he breaks free. Going to pick up about 3 yards in what could have been no gain.
Yep, and there's Killian right there to make that stop right there.
Yeah, Hunter Killian coming up and making a good stop on the play. 2nd and 7 now for the Tigers.
Yeah, they should be in no hurry right here.
Now, it'd be interesting to know, when was the last time that Idaho Falls started off a season 5-0? It's been a while. Handoff to Sam Gamino Salinas. Big hole on the right side. 1st down and more. Out across the 40 down to the 37-yard line.
Sam Gamino strikes again. Tigers 1st down.
I know Idaho Falls is proving me wrong. No socks. Ben Moore is not getting the carries right now, and Sam isn't. But they've both been incredible tonight.
Yeah, they've kind of shared the load here, working here off and on multiple carries. And right now it's Gamino Salinas with Moore getting a breather over on the far side. Olsen back in the gun as they're going to just waste some time here now.
No surprise.
Now Salinas gets ready. He'll take the handoff. First man misses him, and he's going to get drugged down just shy of the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 3, we'll say, on the carry. We'll say 2. 2nd and 8 upcoming.
Do you take a risk here and throw it at all? They have a great kicker here.
I guess it depends on what you see the defense do. I don't mind taking a shot down the field if you feel like the defense is really trying to cheat up to stop the run. They do have number 9 back there at safety, does Pocatello. That is Matthew Christensen. But other than that, they're pretty much single coverage everywhere on the 4 wideouts.
Yeah, they have a 9-man box right now, so they're definitely expecting another run here.
And here comes the count. IdahoFalls using the full play clock smartly. Now Olsen, there comes the holding penalty. And Olsen got a face mask. There should be another penalty. He's got hit in the face.
I don't see one. That was definitely a face mask.
I didn't see one come out. I could have sworn he got grabbed in the face mask. Maybe not. We'll see.
Okay.
So,
Respot the flag.
Yeah, so that's going to be a holding against Idaho-Falls. It's declined. So they'll take the down instead of the penalty. So now it's
called against the offense. Penalty is declined.
I believe it's 3rd and 17, roughly.
Yeah, 15 or 16, but
okay,
but a long ways nonetheless. 3rd and long for Idaho-Falls. I thought there might have been a face mask too, but there wasn't a lot of complaint on the far side, which it was right there, so it must not have been. It just looked like it from here. 4:49 left here as they continue to wait for this clock to roll down. Man in motion. Olsen going to look down the field. He's got a man open. It's caught. First down. What a play, what a throw from Skylar Olsen to number 11, Peyton Sampson. They've been going after Sampson. He hadn't caught too many balls, and that's a big one here with 4:30 left in the ball game. 1st and goal at the 7 for the Tigers.
That was a beautiful throw by Skylar Olsen. I believe it was a 3-step drop right on rhythm. There was nothing, to me, that was almost a perfect play for them. That was amazing, great throw.
The safety was a little slow getting over to help with double coverage. And Sampson with a big catch. As it was 3rd and long there, a good opportunity for Pocatello to get a stop and get the ball back. Now it's 1st and goal for the Tigers. They're counting, and the Tigers are short a player. And he comes. There comes the count from the back judge. I don't know if they're going to get this off. No, timeout, there they get it. So Idaho-Falls, Skylar Olsen wisely calls a timeout as they were going to get a 5-yard penalty there on 1st and goal.
Yeah, with that throw, I got to give a kudos to Marty Duffin, the head coach. That was a great play call. He trusted his senior quarterback to make that throw, and he delivered.
Well, remember, in about 4 minutes, we're going to award our IdahoSports.com player of the game. And right now, a couple Idaho Falls offensive players really making a case that should be them, including Skylar Olsen. He's had a great job. Sam Gamino Salinas has done a good job running the football, mixing it up a little bit with Ben Moore. And there's been a core of receivers that have really done a good job specifically here in the second half. The passing game kind of really slowed down in the second quarter for Idaho Falls. Olsen was having a hard time hitting his targets, but that has not been the case here in the second half.
At all. He's almost looked perfect.
So after the timeout, it's 1st and goal from the 7. Under center goes Olsen. Handoff to Gamino Salinas. He's hitting the backfield. Number 50, I think it was number 50 on the tackle for loss.
I think it's 53.
Oh.
Cannon Wortley. What a great play.
So now a loss of 3 yards back behind the 10. I mean, Gamino Salinas had nowhere to go. He was wrapped up immediately as Olsen handed the ball to him. 4 minutes and counting here. As again, Idaho Falls will wait and bring on a late player onto the field. But they're waiting for the play clock. Here comes, still waiting for the count from the back judge as the clock rolls under 3:45. Here it comes. Olsen now. Handoff to Gamino Salinas. He'll get back about back to the 7, maybe the 8-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd and goal now as the clock continues to run, 3:30 and counting. Man, I tell you what, the nice thing here is you've got Carter Manwaring that can come in and kick you a field goal. It'll only put it to an 8-point lead, so still a good opportunity for Pocatello if they can get a stop here and force a field goal. Olsen in the gun. We'll see what they do here on 3rd and goal. In trouble. Flushed out. He's going to run for it. He's going to pick up the first down. Oh, excuse me. No, he got to the pylon. I didn't think there was any way he got there. Touchdown as he reached out. There's no way he got there.
I thought he was she absolutely reached, but I thought his knees were down.
But they say he's in. Touchdown. I didn't think Olsen was going to get there.
They're giving it to him.
But he did get in.
He used all of that 6'5" frame to be able to reach across there.
Yeah, and I got that a zoomed-in view on the camera. It did look close. And I guess the ref there on that side has the best view in the house.
Yep.
And I saw it break the plane over there.
So the ball breaks the plane on the reach. On 3rd and goal, they get it into the end zone off underneath the legs of Skylar Olsen. The PAT's in, and now it's a 12-point lead for the Tigers. That's a great drive for them. They take about 3 minutes off the clock. Well, 2.5 minutes off the clock anyways, down to just under 3 minutes left here in this ball game. So now the Thunder need 2 scores. They've got to score twice.
Yeah, the senior is taking over this ball game right now. This second half has been all about Skylar Olsen.
Yeah, he picked up a couple big first downs, made some big throws in that drive, and overall here in the second half, as he's got his team up 32-20 and on their way to a 5-0 start for the Idaho Falls Tigers. And that's good for them because they are coming into the meat of their schedule. They've got to go up against the likes of Highland. They've got to go up against Rigby. You know, they play Thunder Ridge, who's no slouch. You know, they're going to be tested over the next 3 or 4 weeks as they try to make a bid to get into the playoffs.
Hey, if Skylar Olsen continues to play like this, it's going to be hard to stop, you know.
Well, that's going to be a short kick. That's going to be returnable. Taken by number 3 on the return. Some blockers out in front, on the sideline, and then taken down at the 26, and that was a big hit, and he is down. He took a big shot right there at the end.
Yeah, that looked to the upper body part.
Yeah, kind of got, as he was going down, took another shot in the back.
Pocatello will take over on down.
And Pocatello take over 1st and 10 out around the 25, and we just hope that the return man there is all right. That was number 3 on the return, Crew Hales. So there's 2:51 left here on the clock. We're going to step away for a quick break as they take a look at Hales here on the sideline. We'll come back here. This is East Idaho Game Night on IdahoSports.com.
Lead the charge into a brighter future with the all-new 2022 Volkswagen ID4. With an EPA estimated range of 250 miles, the ID4 knows how to go the distance. It's an electric SUV that's as fun to drive as it is stylish and functional. You don't have to sacrifice good looks for great performance. So stop by our dealership today and jumpstart your year with the Volkswagen ID4. Teton Volkswagen, where it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicle.
Well, welcome back here as Crew Hales was helped up off the turf. He kind of walked away, taking a look at him down here, but he looks to be okay. He's got the helmet off, but walking around flanked by a trainer just to make sure everything's good. Yeah. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Pocatello. Hales took a pretty good shot right there at the end of that return and feeling it a little bit. Contreras gets away, headed for the sideline and into the water apparatus down there.
Heads up for the, I don't know, is that a coach or one of the injured players? I believe it's a coach. Able to save him because that could have been pretty bad.
Yeah, a couple of Pocatello players and coach kind of grabbed him and helped him stop.
Yeah, in that situation, that's a hard decision, but he did have an open receiver right there at the 40 for him to throw to. But
he does get out of bounds to get the clock stopped. So 2:43 as Contreras rolls to his left. Throws across his body and incomplete. And yes, that would have been a spectacular throw, but no way for that to be completed. And now the intended receiver kind of got rolled up on there at the end of that play, and he's down, hurt a little bit.
Lauren, I shake my head. I don't like him rolling out to the left. You know, he's been incredible tonight. You know, he just that throwing to the left is such a hard throw for quarterbacks. You know, and yes, I see that they want to do that and want to get that motion for them, but they need to continue throwing them to the right, I think.
Yeah, Hunter Killian was the intended receiver there, and he went down to get that. The defender was behind him, and they both went to the ground, the defender on top of him. Of course, Killian took the worst of it as he was down on the turf. So he'll take a break off the edge of the field. Some Pocatello faithful helping the officials out, hopefully a little trying to draw some penalty flags. Asking for penalty flags, I suppose. You know, and I get it. You know, football, it's a violent sport, and it's people get hurt, and you know, you get the wind knocked out of you, and a lot of times, especially the moms, they're concerned for their kids. I get it. Back to pass, Contreras, complete and out of bounds. Smart play there by the receiver, number 9, picks up the first down. That is Matthew Christensen. Picks up the first down and gets out of bounds to get that clock stopped. 2:29 left.
Not a bad play right there. I like it.
Yeah, if you can, you take 10 seconds off, pick up 12, 15 yards, and keep moving the ball down the field, you've got to score, and you've got to get the ball back.
Yeah, and we're at the time where he's got to start thinking about taking some shots. So we'll see what they do here.
And Contreras, you think Idaho Falls would be in a little bit maybe more of a prevent type defense in this scenario. They are not up pressed man like they have been in the past. They're sagging off those receivers.
Oh, he's got him. Oh.
And Contreras, you're right, he had him, and they're going to say he's inbounds, so the clock will continue to run. Contreras didn't get out.
Yeah, he had number 81. That's Julian Bowie. He was streaking right past that safety. Looks like they're in cover 2, so they have gone away from man to man, but he's the one being rushed at. We're just the one looking at it. So
yeah, 2:01 left here as the clock rolls. Contreras now throws down the field into double coverage. Could have been intercepted. Number 21 nearly picked it off for Idaho Falls. That would have sealed the deal. That was Ethan Meyer. And there was good contact afterwards, but the reason there's no penalty there is because Meyer undercut that and nearly picked it off.
Yeah, try telling that to the Pocatello fans. Though,
yeah, you see the contact and you think that's off or that's pass interference, but with that touch from the defender about picking that pass off, it's not going to get thrown.
The best thing about that play is it just stops the clock. So they didn't gain yards, but what was it? 3rd and 11 to go.
Minute 51 on the clock. Little screen underneath, and Echo Hawk had nowhere to go. He tried to stop and turn upfield. There was definitely a holding that could have been called on that play, but Echo Hawk slips and falls. And now a timeout called and taken by the Thunder. Loss of 3 yards on the play. It'll be 4th and 14, kind of the last hurrah here for the Pocatello Thunder. Once again, we want to thank all of our sponsors: Alliance Title and Escrow, Conan Heating and Air Conditioning, C&B Operations, Thompson, Holman, Weiler, Rockwell Homes, and Kulak CrossFit, as well as Teton Toyota and Teton Volkswagen and Portneuf Health Partners. And our major sponsors: Project Filter, Valleywide Cooperative, and Teton Auto Group, our East Idaho game night sponsors. Huge thanks to them. Thanks for joining us here at homecoming night, Ravston Stadium. The Idaho Falls Tigers, it was touch and go for a little bit, especially there at the end of the first half, but the Tigers came out big in the second half, and right now they're one stop away from being 5-0. 1:42 left in this ball game. Contreras steps up. Hit as he lets go. It's a beautiful throw, tipped out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover on downs. The Tigers will take over, and barring something tragic or crazy happening, they're going to move to 5-0.
We are watching high school football, and high school football nationally televised, or ESPN nationally televised a high school football game last week, and I believe there was one of the craziest comeback in sports history I've ever seen, like 20 points in about a minute and a half. So, hey, crazy things have happened.
Well, and just up the road a couple of years ago at Madison, they had a team from up north come down and play them. The team was in the victory formation, went to kneel. They fumbled the snap on a victory formation. Madison scores and wins on just a crazy play that you'll never probably see again. Late offensive player on for Idaho Falls.
That's happened too often.
Handoff to
Ben Moore.
That's Ben Moore.
Yeah.
And a flag comes in, probably going to be a holding or a block in the back. The bad part about that is it stops the clock if you're Idaho Falls. And if you are Idaho Falls, just tell everybody, hey, if you're running the ball, stay in bounds.
Yeah, and I think the coaches they've played a really good second half, but the coaches are probably a little bit frustrated with the late player getting on every single play, it seems like.
Yeah. So it is holding against the Tigers. So again, the 10-yard penalty is one thing, but the stopping of the clock is another. With 1:28 to go here, you're still up 12, so you feel good about that, but that doesn't mean you want to start seeing just stupid mistakes and stupid penalties like that one. So Olsen, high snap, hands off to, no, he keeps it himself. Olsen took it out of the breadbasket of Moore. Olsen slides down. I thought he was going to go into the end zone. That's probably a smart play, actually. But he could have gone all the way in and pushed it to a 3-score lead.
Lauren, that's why I was never a quarterback. I would have been all about the stats in high school.
I just kept running, too.
I would have kept running. That is a smart play by him. Now he can just kneel it out pretty much.
But with Olsen, he scored a touchdown before. I never scored a touchdown, so I'd have been – I'm taking every opportunity I can get.
And we'll also give him some credit for, maybe a little bit of sportsmanship on that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So a timeout taken, I think, by Pocatello, and that's a great point, Matt. You bring up, you're by no means, if he goes in for a touchdown there, is anybody going to say he's running up the score. That's a classy move by Olsen. Slide down. You're going to be able to take more time off the clock and probably just salt this thing away. Yeah. 1:16 left on the clock as Pocatello takes a timeout. A lot of games. Check out the upcoming schedule on IdahoSports.com. We'll have more games coming up next week. That broadcast schedule, it changes a little bit here and there. We had a game this week that got moved to a different location, so we weren't able to do it. And so, we find ourselves here tonight at Idaho Falls High School. Of course, Lance Taylor was going to be here along with Matt, but Lance got stuck in Montana today, so things work out in the end, I suppose.
Lance Taylor, Lawrence Taylor, same thing to me. I mean, every single time I hear that anyone's name.
A flag has come in from the near side judge. I'm going to guess this is going to go against the sideline of Pocatello. One of the coaches was having, and they just ejected one of the coaches.
Uh-oh. They got to make sure it's the right person.
And, yeah, they're pretty confident that it's him. There's some discussion. He was frustrated. The official had heard enough.
Is that the head coach?
No, it's not the head coach.
Okay.
I thought they'd ejected him. Maybe that's not the case. Maybe they're going to let him stay.
They should have ejected him. He's wearing a Utah sweatshirt. Sorry.
Sorry. Wow, easy. Minute 16 left. Idaho Falls in the victory formation. Olsen, no. Again, there. And I think probably what happened here, I bet one of the Idaho Falls players or the Pocatello players swiped at the ball before the snap is my guess. So they'll throw the flag. They're going to keep the clock running. That's my guess because that ball never actually got snapped to Olsen. And so probably somebody swiped at it on the line.
Yeah, the referee threw the flag about 20 feet in the air. He just wanted to make sure everyone knew it was penalty. It was not a fumble.
So they're just going to let the clock continue to run, which I don't have a problem with this, honestly. They might have to snap it one more time here, and that'll be the end of it. That will be the case as the clock now down to 35 seconds. Olsen under center again. This time it does end up in his hands, and he takes a knee, and that'll do it.
There it is.
The Tigers, they move to 5-0, and Pocatello will fall to 3-2 now. We're going to step away for a quick break. We'll come back with our IdahoSports.com player of the game. It's East Idaho game night here on Idaho Sports. We'll be right back. Well, welcome back as we've gone final here on homecoming night. It's a good night to be a Tiger as they come out of here with a 32-20 win. They improved to 5-0 on the season. They beat a good Pocatello team, a scrappy Pocatello team that had their shots. They just ran into a little bit of a buzzsaw there in the second half specifically. And that brings us to our IdahoSports.com player of the game. And it's the quarterback, Skylar Olsen, for the Idaho Falls Tigers. Number 5, he just had a dominant second half. He struggled there late in the second quarter, but he came out, hit some early throws in the start of the second half. He did it with his legs, too, picking up some big first downs and that late touchdown. Really put this game, salted it away, put it on his back and on his shoulders, and got the win for his team here on homecoming night. You know, and you mentioned it, Matt. You know, talk to us about what you mentioned off air.
Yeah, I wanted to make a strong case for the Tiger offensive line here, for getting the collective players of the game. You know, aside from a few, red zone miscommunications, they seemed like they really held the Thunder really well and won the battle in the trenches.
I agree 100%. You know, they had the advantage, it looked like, size-wise in the trenches, and they really controlled things. They controlled the line of scrimmage, you know, gave enough room for their guys to run with, you know, Sam Gamino-Salinas as well as Moore, and then, you know, allowing pocket time for Skylar Olsen to get the ball down the field, and then when they didn't, you know, he was able to escape and get downfield and pick up big yardage. So congratulations to the Idaho Falls Tigers. It's been a long time, I think, since they've been 5-0. And after a tough season last year to start out this way, their student section's over there waiting for them all down on the track as they meet down around the goal line on our right side here. And it's going to be a good homecoming night. I don't know. Guessing they're having their dance maybe tomorrow, maybe later tonight. I don't know, but it's going to be a good evening for the gentlemen down there in the black and orange. Well, this has been an IdahoSports.com game stream production of East Idaho Game Night presented by Teton Auto Group. Our major sponsors that make coverage on IdahoSports.com possible include your local Toyota dealer, Toyota, Let's Go Places, Valleywide Cooperative, and Country Stores, and Project Filter, Idaho Fights Tobacco. We'd also like to thank all of our local advertisers tonight: Teton Toyota, Teton Volkswagen, Portneuf Health Partners, Kulak CrossFit, Rockwell Homes, Thompson Holman Weiler, C&B Operations, Conan Heating and Air Conditioning, Alliance Title and Escrow, and then our power boosters, Portneuf Health Partners, Rockwell Homes, Bingham Memorial Orthopedic Institute, and the Conan Heating and Air Conditioning Group. Thanks so much for all your sponsorship and support of your local athletics. Congratulations again to Skylar Olson, our IdahoSports.com player of the game. And thanks for joining us here as the Idaho Falls Tigers defeat the Pocatello Thunder by a score of 32-20. For my broadcast partners tonight, Josh McGauley and Matt Kelly. I keep wanting to. I know there's another football official. You might know him, Matt Terry. Do you know Matt Terry? I keep wanting to call you Matt Terry. He refs basketball too, and so I have to think about it. Matt Kelly up here. I'm going to get you two straight. Matt Kelly doing a great job on camera work for us. Appreciate him and helping us out and joining us here at IdahoSports.com. I'm Lauren Jensen saying so long to everybody till next time. And if you're a Tiger, have a great night. Be safe and enjoy starting your season 5-0. We'll see you later.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com game streams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the expressed written consent of IdahoSports.com is strictly prohibited.